AC Tune-Up. Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning is open 8 to 8 full days of the week, and we guarantees next day service or better. Need new equipment? Little maintenance to get your system purring? We'll be there within a day of your call. No ifs, ands, excuses, or getting screw-doodled. Guaranteed.
JerryKelly.com.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, hit it.
It's the Chris and Amy Show.
You know who it is.
Also, if you didn't know, this is called the show.
Now, Amy Marks Coors, Chris Ranji on KMOX.
Good morning, friends. We are broadcasting live from the Ronald McDonald House. It is the new one in the Grove. We're going to be here for the ribbon cutting ceremony. Amy Marks Coors and Chris Ranji. It's good to have you with us today. 314-436-7900 is our phone number that we want you to call today. You can text it as well. Voicemails, they are welcome. 314-944-1120. We're on social media at Chris Amy KMOX. Hope you're following us there. Also, stream us live on the free Odyssey app.
Time now for the top of the order. The top 3 stories everybody will be talking about.
4321 Shodo. That's where we are today for the ribbon cutting ceremony for the new Ronald McDonald House in the Grove. This place is beautiful.
And it was an exciting game, but the St. Louis Cardinals beat the Miami Marlins 7-6 last night in 12 innings. And do you know what that means, Ranj?
Over 500.
They're over 500, baby.
And we are celebrating, even though we're in Missouri today for a very good reason. We are celebrating 618 Day, Southern Illinoisers.
Happy
And it's
618
on its way.
Day.
Thought I heard baseball. Did you hear baseball?
I heard Ricky.
I want to hear Ricky again.
And it's on its way. It's grounded to third. Arenado has it. The throw across the diamond is low, and he picked it out of the dirt. What a play by Goldie on the other end. A low throw by Arenado, and the Cardinals somehow, someway, win this game in 12.
Amy, can you believe it? The
It
Cardinals, as you mentioned, for the first time
Yep.
since April 6th, are over 500 again. They are over. They were 5-4 on April 6th. That is the last time they were over 500.
Yeah.
And by the way,
Yeah,
this is better than what happened last year.
Yes,
Do you
it
know
is.
how I know?
because you looked it up.
I looked it up in 2023.
Yeah.
The Cardinals spent one day over 500. Their record was 2-1.
Well,
So it was very early in the season, and
Yes.
then here they are. They're back over 500 again. So trending in the right direction. This is good news.
And now they're one of the top 5 teams in the National League, right?
This league, man. Usually when you say this league, man, you're talking about the NBA and
Okay.
how fun it is. This is the National League is we said this at the beginning of the year. Despite the fact the Cardinals are a flawed team, they've
Yeah.
got some issues. We know they have issues. We know what they don't have. We know what they need. But despite all of that, it was said early in the year that there's still an opening for them. And the reason there's an opening for them is because the rest of the National League is not all that great. And it's coming to fruition right now. We're not halfway through the season just yet, but I mean, here we are in the middle of June, getting toward the end of June, and the Cardinals are still right there in it.
Okay, can I just cut to the chase here?
Yeah.
Dylan Carlson, when that ball, what inning was it? The 9th inning, the 11th inning? When the ball was hit and it got stuck
When it
under
got
the
stuck,
wall.
yeah.
It got under the wall, and Dylan Carlson threw up his hands,
Yeah.
right? Like, I can't get it. It's unplayable, and
Yeah.
it had to be reviewed. I was not familiar with anything that was going on in that moment because I thought the ball was playable. It didn't look irretrievably wedged under the wall. It looked like it was barely under the wall. I didn't understand why he grabbed it. And then someone sitting next to me said, no, every ballpark has different rules with what's considered playable and unplayable, which also seemed very confusing how you would know all of those rules. Were you surprised that Carlson threw up his hands?
No,
Do you
because
think that
that's
was the right call.
A lot of times that happens when the ball gets stuck underneath the fence. You're taught to, if it looks like it's going to be a thing where you're going to have to dig it out, so it gets caught underneath the wall or it gets caught in a chain link, or even if it's right there, So, like, some bullpens have a chain link fence. You can see through it, like the Cardinals do. If it gets stuck right there and, right in the middle, they'll tell you to just let it go. Throw your hands up because it helps you, and the umpire will probably rule it a dead ball.
So let's say this.
Or if it goes in the IV at Wrigley Field, for
Sure.
example. You're not supposed to dig for it. You're supposed to throw your hands up.
What happens if, let's say, he were to try to grab that ball from under the wall? It's wedged. He can't get it. I don't think that would have happened. But let's say it is stuck. Is it ruled a ground rule double, or
Yes.
is he screwed because
It's a double.
he tried?
It's a double. If he goes down and tries to fish
like,
it out.
That's what I mean. Like, why are you going to be penalized for trying? If you
No,
can't
not
get it
really.
out?
I mean, I don't think so. I think if you go down and you act like, I can't get it,
Yeah.
just throw your hands up, and then they do that. And the reason it is, the longer it takes. I mean, it could be a split second. That's the difference between a double and a triple. So they'll tell you, don't go fish it out.
Sure.
Don't just let it go and throw your hands up, and that's why.
I'll give an update for all of our listeners who maybe just turned on the radio and you're wondering, my goodness, where did the ambient noise go? Who killed the party? Well, here's what's happening
It's
is
not
we are
us.
at a brand new Ronald McDonald House in the Grove off Shoto. It's gorgeous. And everybody, the hundreds of people here, have stepped out of the lobby out to the parking lot near the front door for the actual ribbon cutting. The mayor of St. Louis, Mayor Tishara Jones, is here as well. An incredible group of people who have helped make this happen. It's a beautiful new 72-room, 76,000 square foot facility. Absolutely gorgeous. Very exciting to open this Ronald McDonald House, and they're cutting the ribbon as we speak.
And it is a very good thing to have this. I mean, and anybody who has had to travel for a sick relative and you're looking for lodging during that time, to have the Ronald McDonald House, if your kid's in the hospital, something like this is a godsend.
Oh,
This is wonderful.
Yeah.
And this place is really nice.
And that's what it is. And it's all paid for. It is completely paid for. And for families who are going through just the emotional trauma of dealing with a sick child, I can't imagine that. And like you said, having to find lodging for this to be,
And to pay for it.
yes,
It's a massive thing you don't have to worry about.
exactly. And it's very, very close. In fact, it's equidistant between St. Louis Children's Hospital and SSM Healthcare Cardinal Glennon's Children's Hospital. So this is serving 2 children's hospitals.
Yeah, and you can see the hospitals right where we sit right now. So we're at the Ronald McDonald House on Shoto. We are going to be here for the morning all the way into the 1 o'clock hour. We want to hear from you today, 314-436-7900. We are hoping to speak with John Rooney, radio voice of the Cardinals. We expect to talk to him. Also, that Rickwood Field game is happening this week, the Cardinals and the Giants, and they are celebrating the Negro Leagues. That game is going to be very cool down in Birmingham, and we are going to talk to somebody involved with that, Gerald Watkins. He is the chairman and CEO of Friends of Rickwood. He is going to be on the show at the bottom of the hour.
And also St. Louisan Jason Tatum and his
Oh my
Boston
gosh.
Celtics winning the NBA championship over the Dallas Mavericks last night. Okay, now here's the thing. And Ranj brought this to my attention because I didn't know this part. I knew the Celtics won the NBA championship game. I watched it. I know the Cardinals are in Miami playing the Marlins. I also know that the Florida Panthers have a very good chance of winning the Stanley Cup final in Miami tonight. And then you dropped this bomb.
The Boston Celtics, which is something I have never seen before, and if it has happened, I don't remember it. They're in Boston.
Yeah.
They are leaving Boston to go to Miami the night after winning the championship to party.
So this is before
So they're not
the parade.
partying in Boston. The parade is supposed to be on Friday, but they are going to Miami in like an hour.
So here's Ranja's conspiracy.
I don't think it's a conspiracy. I think this is exactly what happened.
Jason Tatum, who is a Chaminade alumni, like Matthew Tkachuk, his good friend, Jason Tatum said, "Hey guys, my best friend from high school, Matthew Tkachuk,
Might win the Stanley Cup tonight.
win the Stanley Cup tonight in Miami. Wouldn't it be awesome if we all went down to Miami and celebrated with the Florida Panthers and Matthew Tkachuk?
I bet they're going.
Hot dog.
I bet they're going. I bet they have a suite at the game tonight. I bet
This is insane.
I bet the Panthers figured out a way to put that team into a suite, and
Can
they're
you-
all going to be there to watch.
Can you imagine?
And the
Miami?
Cardinals are there. Everything Miami is St. Louis right now.
Do you think Okay, let's say if the Panthers win. The Panthers win. The Celtics are there. They're going on a rager. It's insane.
Yeah.
Are any of the Cardinals going to go hang out?
Well, they got a day game tomorrow. But so, yes.
Yeah, but you can't. This is a once in a lifetime experience.
And
Let's say you're Nolan Arenado or
Yeah.
you're Paul Goldschmidt. And man, we're over 500 for the first time this year, and we have a day game. However, the NBA champions and the NHL champions are in Miami right now.
here's what'll happen.
Partying. How could you not go to that party?
Okay, so here's what I know will happen. I'm certain of it. Whoever they know
Yeah.
for sure is not playing tomorrow,
Okay.
they're going to go find the party.
You have to find that party.
They're going to go find the
Honestly, I might go to Miami tonight.
party. And there's no, what are you going to do? Have half a whiskey and go to bed? Yeah,
Hey, guys.
Amy's going to fly to Miami to party with the Celtics
Until 10.
and the Florida Panthers until 10:05.
10:05.
Yeah.
10:30. I got stuff to do. I got to get up early.
Wow, sounds like a great time.
No, but you have to go to this
so
party.
So here's what'll happen. Whoever
I'm
whoever
getting
knows
chills just thinking about this party.
whoever knows they're not playing tomorrow morning will find the party, and then a handful of guys who know they're playing but don't care anyway. They're going to go.
Do you think Travis Kelce's going to show up just because that's what he does?
No, he doesn't need to do that.
Oh, he doesn't need to, but he's going
I don't think
to.
so. I don't think
Why
so.
not?
He's probably in.
He
I don't
was,
know, do
at,
they have,
he was at the NBA game. He was at the finals.
Maybe he will.
I think he will.
Maybe he will. He'll have entry.
That guy can't help himself. I think he would not have entry without Taylor Swift. He just says, "Hey, I'm dating Taylor Swift." They're going to let him into
Did you see the thing from him last week where or was it 2 weeks ago, where he criticized her cooking? He says, well, she makes good Pop-Tarts.
That's okay.
It's great.
Her staff will cook for him.
Yes. She has more money than he does by a
She
lot.
has everything.
Amy and Chris, we are live at the Ronald McDonald House. The ribbon cutting ceremony is happening right now outside. This is a very big event today, and we are glad you are part of it. We're glad to be here live for this. We got a lot coming up on the show. 314-436-7900. Oh, Amy, there's an American eagle out there. There's a bald
real
eagle.
one?
I see one. Maybe it's the one that almost pooped on you.
It might have been. Oh my gosh, is that Tom Ackerman?
Tom Ackerman is out there.
Ackerman's
Yeah, he's emceeing the event. We're all over.
This is insane.
It's Chris and Amy on KMOX.
For everything online, it's Odyssey.com. Download the Odyssey app and listen to KMOX for all the news, sports, talk, and podcasts that move you. Odyssey, that's AUDACY.
Do you have unfiled tax returns or being threatened by the IRS that your wages are about to be garnished or bank accounts are going to be levied? You need an ally. Allies Tax Relief has professionals ready to fight for you. Their enrolled agents, tax attorneys, and CPAs have saved millions of dollars for taxpayers just like you. They won't just resolve your tax problems. They'll most importantly protect your wages, bank accounts, and all your assets from being taken by the IRS. Call for a free consultation. 800-230-5174. 800-230-5174 or go to alliestaxrelief.com.
I can't believe tax season is here already. Look at all this info I have to enter.
Phil's small accounting firm is growing in numbers.
Why didn't I take that typing class in high school?
A data entry specialist could really help him in a crunch.
I got blisters on my fingers.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
If you've been injured in a car wreck, you need the best. Let us make your case our cause. Car accident? Call Onder Law for a free review at 314 or 618-9000000.
The best things in life, they come in twos. 2 scoops of ice cream, 2 tacos. And now for a limited time, get our best deal of the year. Buy any phone when you switch to Consumer Cellular and get 2 months of service free. That's right, the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage as Big Wireless, now with 2 months free. Proof the best things in life really do come in twos. Visit ConsumerCellular.com or call 1-888-FREEDOM. Second and third month of monthly base service fee waived for new customers with the purchase of a phone and activation by July 31st, 2024. Taxes, fees, and third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Come on in to Total Wine & More. Prices much lower than a grocery store. Wine, spirits, beer for a whole lot less. Walking down the aisles makes you stop and say, yes. With thousands of bottles that you get to explore, Total Wine has everything you need and more. With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Hey, this is Charlie Brennan with a quick reminder. Schedule that annual eye exam. Routine eye exams not only diagnose vision changes, but can detect systemic diseases like diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, thyroid disease, to name just a few. Do what I do. Call Ophthalmology Associates at 314-966-5000. The doctors there, Greg Birdie, Ranj Malhotra, Samuel Berry, Robert Brusati, Andy Royer, will provide you with the area's most comprehensive eye exam. These doctors can also help with dry eye disease, the result of staring at screens, flying in airplanes, or living in a dry environment. Dry eye sounds harmless, but it can cause inflammation, blurred vision, and damage to the eye's surface that's sometimes difficult to reverse. The doctors at Ophthalmology Associates are expert in diagnosis and treatment of dry eye disease. 314-966-5000, yourEyeDoc.com.
Do you feel like you're going through life clouded by doubt? Talk to California Psychics. Our trusted and accurate psychics are available 24/7. And we guarantee if it's not life-changing, it's free. Download the app or connect with us at CaliforniaPsychics.com. Right now, new customers get 80% off their first reading. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
You can host the best backyard barbecue when you find a professional on Angie to make your backyard the best around. Connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well. Inside to outside, repairs to renovations. Get started on the Angie app or visit Angie.com today. You can do this when you Angie that.
KMOX.
Recently honored by the Missouri Broadcasters Association. Best News Series. S is for Surveillance.
The 0-2 pitch to Mason Wynn is hit sharply to left field. Backing up is Gordon. Looking up, and it's gone! Big fly! Mason Wynn in the 12th. On an 0-2 pitch, he hammered it over the left field wall. His 4th home run of the year, and the Cardinals now lead 7-5 in the 12th.
Mason Wynn was the last time the Cardinals were over 500.
What?
I said Mason Wynn was the last time the
Oh, my
Cardinals were
God.
over 500.
You know what?
Hey, I'm celebrating.
You are, and it's not very punny from you. I wish you would stop doing that.
Whatever.
So Mason Wynn does that last. That was one of those that had the possibility of being a real heartbreaker. Because they take the lead in the 8th inning. They go up 4-1. You think, all right, great. Here we go. Going to lock this thing down. And they give those 3 runs right back in the bottom of the 8th. But they end up coming back and doing that. Each scored a run in the 11th inning. And then, of course, the 2 runs in the 12th off the bat of Mason Wynn. Very good win for the Cardinals, who are back over 500 again for the first time since April 6th. Currently, they are in a playoff spot, Amy. It is not the and the crowd goes wild. They are in a playoff spot right now. So they're still out of first place in the National League Central, but in the wild card race, the Braves have the first wild card. The Cardinals are the second wild card right in front of the Giants by a game. So that game, the Rickwood Field game, has a little bit of I'm not going to call it playoff implications because it's way too early in the season for that. But these are 2 teams that could end up having something to do with each other at the end of the year in the postseason if they get there.
All right. I don't mean to keep going back under the wall, but I also thought about this.
You really are fixated on this wall.
Yeah. with the ball that went under the wall.
Yeah.
And Carlson threw his hands up in the air. So after the game, he said, quote, "I'm not sure how I'm supposed to play that. That ball is under the fence. I'm not going to go under the fence and try to throw out a runner. That rule needs to be a little more clear in my opinion. Hopefully we can get a better answer on that. I'm not sure how that gets overturned there." End quote. Okay, all fine and good. And so the runner then advances to third, right?
Mhm.
Because there's the ground rule doubled. He's on second. The runner advances to third. The very next batter hits a drive to Carlson, which he catches, and then Carlson throws out the runner at home plate. So you could say that the wall ball really set up that next extraordinary play, because otherwise the runner would have been at second and he wouldn't have had that play at home plate for the double play.
Yeah, the reason they teach you to do that is just because it's actually advantageous to you if you're the defensive player. So they played it right. He played it right, did it the way he was supposed to. A texter into the show at 314-436-7900 had said, in Little League about 10 years old or so, I'm in right field. A ball gets past me, rolls into the apple orchard tree line behind me, and bounced into a rolled-up snow fence. I immediately turned around, raised my hands. Meanwhile, the second baseman, aggressive and good player, he is running up behind and tries to reach for the ball. I said, no, it's a ground rule double, but he went to play it anyway. You got to know the rules when you're 10 years old.
If it goes in the apple orchard, it's a ground rule double. Everybody knows that. I don't
At the
even play
major league
baseball,
level,
and I
it's
knew that.
true. Yes, at the major league level, if the ball goes into the apple orchard, you do not touch it.
You know, you have the ivy at Wrigley. If the ball goes into the
Yes.
ivy, you let it stay in the ivy.
That's right.
How is there not a major league ballpark with an apple orchard somewhere in the outfield?
Well, there used to be that really stupid, I forgot what they called it. It was in Houston, this completely artificial, no reason for it. The hill, what was it? There was a name for the hill. It was something hill.
In Houston?
Yeah, and then they had the flagpole right in the middle of it. So it was dead center field when they built Minute Maid Park. And it was just this dumb, what was it called? Taos Hill? Oh, Taos Hill. That's right. And it was, they were doing it to be gimmicky, and they eventually took it out because it was dumb. But right in dead center field, you'd be running as the center fielder going for a baseball, and you'd have to go up this hill.
I do remember that.
So stupid.
Yeah.
So dumb.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
But that was all in play, right? But that is one thing about baseball fields that I think are charming, generally speaking, is because they're all a little bit different. The bases are the same length. The infield is always the same measurement, but the outfield is different. The outfield fence, a lot of times the warning track area behind home plate is all different. I think that's cool. I think it's cooler when it's something like Fenway Park, which the reason the dimensions are so odd is because they had no choice, because that's where they built the park, and that was the only amount of space they had.
Yeah.
So they had to build that big green monster.
I love the green monster.
Yeah, it's like it's not an opportune. It's not a great place to build a field, and they said, "Well, let's make the best of it." So here's this big wall to level it out a bit.
Interestingly, I've never seen a baseball game in Fenway Park. I'd like to. I never have.
I love it.
But I've been inside Fenway Park. They don't do this anymore, but it used to be that when you ran the Boston Marathon, they would do the post-race party in Fenway, and you'd get to sit in the dugout and walk around the field and go check out the big green monster. It was awesome. I love historic parks. And like you said, the awkward parks, like, well, this is what we have to do. I love that. I've never seen a baseball game outside of Busch Stadium. I've never been to Wrigley. I've never been to Kauffman Stadium with the stupid crown. Okay, I know the Royals are doing great, and I don't mean to poo-poo them.
Yes, you do.
I just think it's such an ugly stadium. It's so dumb. It's like a little kid used clip art to make a stadium. It's too on the nose.
It's not great.
It's ugly.
It's not great, which is why
Yeah.
both the Chiefs and the Royals are trying to leave Missouri. They want new stadiums, and maybe I know we'll get into this a little bit later on in the show, but they are looking for some tax incentives from the state of Kansas so they can move across the border.
I know there are Royals fans mad at me right now. Like a certain Tom Hurlbert is mad at me, I'm sure.
There are 5 people who care.
And you may think it's
about
personal.
the Royals.
It is personal.
Yeah.
I don't like when the Royals are good.
Why?
because we should be better than them.
Is
We
it-
are better than
Is
them.
it to spite your fiance?
No, because he's a Cardinals fan too. It's mainly I'm upset as a Cardinals fan.
Okay.
We should always be better than the Royals.
Okay. I agree with you. We'll continue the baseball discussion because when we come back, we are going to talk to Gerald Watkins, who is the chairman and CEO of Friends of Rickwood. The Rickwood Field game is coming up this week on Thursday. The Cardinals are in it against the Giants. We'll talk to Gerald when we come back. Chris and Amy from the Ronald McDonald House on Shodo on KMOX.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
If you have a problem with the IRS, believe me, it's not going away on its own. The IRS never gives up. They have endless resources, so they control the game. Well, your tax problems can end. I'm attorney Lance Drury with the Drury Law Firm, a local tax resolution firm with an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. I've handled thousands of IRS cases over the last 15 years. So when you hire me, you won't be speaking long distance or sending money to some TV pitchman that's riddled with consumer complaints. Your first visit is completely free and confidential, and I'll tell you on the spot exactly how much it will cost. So call me, Lance Drury, at 314-260-6120. That's 314-260-6120. Or go to Lance, DRURYlaw.com. If you have IRS issues, you need a local attorney, you need me, Lance Drury.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Hi, this is Kent Newbold for Newbold BMW. Do not trust your BMW to some quickie lube place. Bring it to our award-winning service department. That's Newbold BMW in O'Fallon, Illinois, or newboldbmw.com. You'll be sold on Newbold.
This is Christina Straight with Straight Realty reminding you, why pay more than 4? In 2003, we had a dream to start a real estate company that would revolutionize the real estate market. Now, 20 years later, after navigating through the many markets' ups and downs, we know exactly how to help you in this challenging time. I'm Christina Straight, owner of Straight Realty. Don't give away your hard-earned equity. Give us a call today, 314-441-4444, 314-441-all-4s. And remember, why pay more than 4?
Straight Realty is a licensed broker in the state of Missouri.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Call 314-334-2522 to schedule your free in-home estimate today. And for every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free plus 0% financing for 60 months. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to UWD.com. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Before you sell your home, consider your options. This is Debbie Monterey, and for years I've been telling you about St. Louis's real estate expert Gloria Liu, owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Gloria is an expert in selling homes for the most money because she has the guarantees, the buyers, and different solutions for every type of seller. She recently provided a family multiple cash offers in minutes so they could move quickly with no showings, no costly repairs, no hassles. Not everyone is looking for multiple cash offers. That's why Gloria will sell your home at your agreed upon price, or she'll buy it. Her name says it all. Your Home Sold Guaranteed. Regardless of whether you're looking for multiple cash offers or you want to use her Guaranteed Sold program to ensure you get the most money possible, call the agent I would trust to sell my home, Gloria Liu, at 314-325-6888. That's 314-325-6888. Or find her online at gloriahasthebuyers.com. Conditions apply. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
What do Donna Vogt, Janet Williams, Susan Honor, and Jonathan Erst have in common? They're just some of the best fans in baseball and winners of a pair of tickets to an upcoming game at $100 to Rawlings. Want to get in on the winning? To get entered, head to KMOX.com/contest and upload a photo of you decked out in your game day attire. The best fans in baseball, presented by KMOX and Rawlings, the mark of a pro.
It is 10:32. I'm Debbie Monterey, and currently in downtown St. Louis, we have sunshine, a few clouds, and 84 degrees. Taking a look at news headlines for you, we have a new development in the Riley Strain story. Of course, he is the Mizzou student found dead in Nashville back in March. The toxicology report had reportedly been released by the Nashville Medical Examiner. It shows Strain died as a result of an accidental drowning and was intoxicated at the time. When Team USA walks with the world's athletes during the Paris Olympics opening ceremony, they'll be doing it in snappy blue blazers and blue jeans from Ralph Lauren. Just regular, everyday denim blue jeans. The brand called the pairing unexpected yet classic when it unveiled the Team USA's uniforms today. Taking a look at the Cardinals.
Mason Wynn's 2-run home run in the top of the 12th inning gave the Cardinals a 7-6 12-inning win in Miami on Monday night. The Cardinals back over 500 at 36-35. Tonight, it's an earlier game time, 5:10 first pitch. That means our pregame show gets underway at 4:15. Our Redbird Report is sponsored by Aloha Pools USA. Win big with a pool or spa at AlohaPoolsUSA.com. I'm Joe Pott, KMOX Sports.
Thanks, Joe. The weather is sponsored by Sandberg Phoenix Law Firm. It is the coolest day of this 5-day forecast today with a high of 91 degrees and a thunderstorm possible popping up in spots this afternoon. Tomorrow, 93, 94 on Thursday, 99 on Friday. Right now, it is mostly sunny and 84 degrees. I'm Debbie Monterey, KMOX News.
At Sandberg Phoenix, we're more than just a law firm. Our attorneys are committed to you, your business, and your community. We are ready to serve you in the areas of business litigation, intellectual property, health law, and products liability. SandbergPhoenix.com. The choice of lawyers is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising.
Hey, this is Matt Spiegel, and on my podcast, The PBP, Voices of Baseball, we learn how the best broadcasters in the game, like the Reds' John Sadak, try to capture the greatness of the best players, like Ellie De La Cruz.
He's a video game character. I mean, he is so athletic, and I think each moment is its own living entity, and I try to just match whatever that moment is.
The PBP, Voices of Baseball. We bring you the people who bring you the game. Find us on the Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
The KMOX Studios, powered by Onder Law Injury Lawyers, GetJim.com.
That's GetJim.com. The Muni's 106th season is full of Broadway hits. Les Miserables, running through this week, has great seats still available. Hurry, don't miss out on seeing Les Mis at St. Louis's favorite outdoor theater. All Muni tickets are on sale now. Tickets still available to the other great shows like Dreamgirls and The Little Mermaid. Get yours now at muni.org or call 314-361-1900 or at the box office in Forest Park. We'll see you at the Muni. Don't miss Les Mis.
For everything St. Louis Cardinals, it's Cardinals Conversations. Use the Odyssey app or hear it on your favorite podcast platform. From game analysis, player and management interviews, it's exclusive Cardinals content from KMOX Sports, where the Redbird talk never stops.
Looking to link up with Gerald Watkins, who is the chairman and CEO of Friends of Rickwood. Again, the Cardinals are in the Rickwood Field game in Birmingham, which is happening on Thursday. It's sort of like in line with the Field of Dreams games that have happened over the last couple of years. This one is taking place in Birmingham, Alabama, and celebrating the Negro League. So this will be a really cool event. The Cardinals get to be a part of it against the San Francisco Giants, and Gerald is supposed to be joining us today, so we're trying to hook up with him.
The game will also be honoring Willie Mays, the Giants legend. He's 93 years old. He will not be able to make it to the game. He expressed his remorse on social media with the San Francisco Giants, and he did say this, quote, "All these years and it is still here. So am I." How about that?
Man, I
love it.
You know, there are a handful of players in your lifetime that you wish you would have been able to see actually play outside of, old footage or whatever. He is absolutely one of them. Stan, obviously, is another. Mickey Mantle, guys like that. You wish you could have. Well, I mean, everybody thinks Babe Ruth. That's probably number one, right? Just to be able to see him play. But to get to see Willie Mays would have really been something special. And it's too bad he's not going to be able to be there. And I know he wants to be.
Yeah.
It's a lot to do with him. The fact that they're playing this game has almost everything to do with him, and it's just a real shame that he's not going to be there.
Yeah, and I do encourage you, go to the San Francisco Giants social media. I'm sure it's on Twitter. I saw it on Instagram. It's a hefty paragraph that Willie Mays wrote, and he talked about how Rickwood was just around the corner his whole life, and that he viewed it like a church, and that it wasn't a dream for him to play there. He knew he was going to do it, and that you never forget it.
So we are joined now by Gerald Watkins, the chairman and CEO of Friends of Rickwood. Again, the game is coming up on Thursday. You can hear it right here on KMOX as the Cardinals take on the Giants. Gerald, thank you for joining us today. How are you? You must be, overwhelmed, excited, all of it, because this is a great event that's coming up in a couple of days.
All the above. But let me say this, first of all. Down here in Alabama, we didn't have baseball anywhere close when I was a kid. I listened to KMOX back in the 60s. And the chance to be on a radio show and speak to you guys is an honor, and I really appreciate you reaching out to me. So thank you.
Well, that's exciting for us to hear, and it's one of those things you do hear from people from time to time that they grew up listening because they're, that was the best option at the time, and the signal was so powerful that it's, it was covered most of the country, right? But this event on Thursday, to have the Cardinals be a part of it when this team was scheduled to originally be part of the very first Field of Dreams game, or they were possibly going to be a part of that. And now to get to be a part of this game on Thursday is really something special. Why does it mean so much to you and to Alabama?
Well, first of all, Rickwood is America's oldest baseball park, and it has served as the home to the Birmingham Barons, the Birmingham Black Barons, and the Birmingham A's. 2 different college teams have played here and called it home. We have tons and tons of travel ball and a lot of activities. But bringing the MLB game here is going to give us new life. We have been working for years with these small events. So we've had the Savannah Bananas. We've had things like that. But This event is going to be huge because it's going to bring the eyes of the nation and the world on Rickwood Field, and it's going to increase our profile worldwide. We're going to have more visitors, more guests. We're going to have more opportunities to put in events. We've already had 2 conferences reach out to us about hosting a conference championship game here. So all of those things are going to be in the future for Rickwood Field, and none of this would have happened at the level it's happening without Major League Baseball coming. So it's a big deal for us in so many ways. We just can't thank MLB enough. We can't thank our partners at the City of Birmingham and the Jefferson County Commission and other big companies in the area who help put the money up for all this. So it means a tremendous amount, gives us an opportunity to take the ball field to the next level, and we can't wait. This is going to be a great 3 days, but we're also really looking forward to the future to see what else comes.
And you mentioned a future for this field, the investments that were made in this field specifically too for this game to bring it up to MLB standards. I know you said the Savannah Bananas, you've had different events there, but once it is brought to MLB standards, are you hoping to have more perhaps Major League Baseball games there after this?
Well, if you see what the major leagues did with the Field of Dreams, they did 2 games 2 years in a row. And my goal would be to get the second game. And beyond that, I mean, I have no goals or aspirations. If we got a second game, I think that'd be fabulous. So that's my immediate goal. And MLB will know once they have had this week in the books. They'll know what the opportunities are in the facility is. So if they want to bring something else back, whether it's a big league game or a spring training exhibition or something like that, they'll know they have a great place to play. And they know that Birmingham is a super hospitable town, just like St. Louis is. And all that being said, we don't know what the future holds, but we anticipate things will be bigger and better than they've ever been before.
So what is the process like of getting a minor league building, which is essentially what it's been, getting that ready for a major league event?
The Major League group came out and surveyed the field 2.5 years ago, and they gave us a list of all the improvements that would be required in order to host a Major League game. And I'll just start off by the field. Our field was fine for college and high school, but not for the major leagues. There were some bad hops to be had on our field. So we had to have the whole field redone, and we did that with the guidance of Major League Baseball's top contractors. And when they came in October, they started moving dirt and chopping up our grass and everything else. So they dug up 2 feet of our existing baseball surface. They replaced that with a very nice drainage system, a very nice irrigation system. And then they put in baseball, MLB quality baseball grass, and the clay and the red brick around the warning track. So they rebuilt the whole playing surface and the surrounding areas with just an exceptional baseball field. Our dugouts were small. They were not big enough for the size of the men that play baseball today. I'm 5'10". I didn't have to duck, but a 6'3" player would have to duck. And so that was a problem. And then also the number of people on an MLB staff today is much larger than back when this ballpark was built. So it would have comfortably handled about a dozen people. Now it handles about 40, which is what they have to have. We also didn't have extended netting down the foul line, so that was put in. And then the outfield walls and basically the entire fence was padded with major league quality padding. So all those things were done to make the playing field and the fans safe. We also didn't have the capability to provide the right accommodations for handicapped folks. So we built in, I believe, 6 or 8 special places where handicapped individuals can come and comfortably watch the game. So all of those things were done on the inside. Then on the outside, which mostly was left untouched, other than some paint here and there and some improvements on some restrooms and things like that. But the structure of the ballpark remains the same. And MLB and their architects and planners, they did a fantastic job of making this ballpark look good and up to date without taking away from the historical aesthetic of it. So we're very pleased with the way everything turned out. And MLB has been a phenomenal partner in this venture, and we can't thank them enough for all they've done. And we're on the cusp of a minor league game tonight. As you know, the Barons and the Biscuits are playing, and then tomorrow we have a celebrity softball game. It was just announced today that Derek Jeter and Barry Bonds will be honorary captains of those 2 teams, and that coincidentally that falls on Juneteenth. And then on Thursday we have the main event, your Cardinals and the Giants, and we're as excited as could possibly be. It's going to be a great 3 days. All the eyes of baseball will be on Birmingham, Alabama, and it's going to be fabulous in every way.
Well, Gerald Watkins, we're looking forward to it because it's such a terrific event, and to have the Cardinals be a part of it, which will be an historic event. We thank you for giving us your time today, and we're looking forward to Thursday. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, and you guys keep doing a great job at KMOX, and maybe when this is all over, I'll get some time and listen to your show.
Well, hey, all you have to do is get that Odyssey app, Gerald, and you can listen to it wherever you want. You could, if you go to Europe for vacation, you can take us with you.
Have you got another minute for me to make a commercial for St. Louis?
Yes. We love St. Louis commercials.
I had heard for years what a great fan base you had and what a great experience it was to have a game or to visit a game in St. Louis. And so 2 years ago, I bid on a package to get some really good seats and even get to meet Albert Pujols. And so I came to St. Louis, and it was all that I ever heard it would be. The fans were wonderful. All the accommodations, all the restaurants, everything was top notch. I can't say enough good things about St. Louis. And I just want to say that because you folks are passionate about baseball the way a lot of folks in Alabama are passionate about football. So we had a great time there. And for any of you out there who are listening in St. Louis Cardinals world, thank you, and I hope to come back again.
Well, Gerald, we want you to come back and let us know when you plan to come back and visit St. Louis. We're glad you loved it.
We will. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Gerald Watkins, Chairman and CEO of the Friends of Rickwood. Again, the game is happening on Thursday. It is the Cardinals and Giants. 6:15 is the first pitch. We are broadcasting live from the new Ronald McDonald House. The ribbon-cutting ceremony has just ended, so this place is officially open. It is really, really nice. We're going to be here for the morning and into the afternoon. Chris and Amy on KMOX.
Well, if you have been thinking about that new fence or deck to really make your backyard space come to life, maybe you had what we had, which was just like the cement slab, right? Kind of dull, kind of drab, not really inviting to go outside. And it's time. I want to take advantage of this space. This is my property. This is the biggest investment I'll make. Let's really bring it to life. You need to visit STL Fenceworks, stlfenceworks.com. A new fence or deck and is an investment in your home. Like I said, you want to make sure you're getting the most out of that investment. At STL Fenceworks, they say that your satisfaction is their passion. They're locally owned and operated. They're family owned and operated. And that word, satisfaction, means you can work with a team that cares about your project as much as you do. It means that you're going to get a fence or a deck that not only meets your needs but exceeds your expectation. Visit them today. They've been with me the entire time I've been on KMOX. Tell them Amy sent you. STLFenceworks.com, STLFenceworks.com.
Angie's List is now Angie, and we've heard a lot of theories about why.
I thought it was an eco move. Fewer words, less paper.
No, it was so you could say it faster.
No, it's to be more iconic.
Must be a tech thing. But those aren't quite right. It's because now you can compare upfront prices, book a service instantly, and even get your project handled from start to finish.
Sounds easy.
It is, and it makes us so much more than just a list. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Your bathroom is boring and basic too. It seems like there's nothing you can do. A better bath awaits. You'll feel brand new, relaxing in a world of peace at the Bath Authority.
Hey, it's Tom Ackerman for the Bath Authority. Call today, 314-347-0410, and get free installation on your new shower or bath, plus 36 months interest-free financing.
You're our priority at the Bath Authority.
The new Genesis of St. Charles showroom has been open for a while now, and the place is buzzing. People are coming by just to check out the gorgeous showroom and, of course, to check out the inventory, which gets bigger and bigger each month. At Genesis of St. Charles, it is the luxury experience you would expect while buying a luxury car and then some. Just a quarter mile east of Mid-Rivers Mall Drive off 70, or you can find them online at genesisofstcharles.com. Offering a full line of luxurious Genesis vehicles, Genesis of St. Charles. Charles.
Where opinions collide, laughter resonates, and the unexpected is always invited. The Chris and Amy Show on KMOX.
Did you see that thing? I can't believe it. Something is obviously wrong.
This is a joke, right?
Are you freaking kidding me? No way!
You gotta be kidding me. Don't feel bad. There's no way you could have known that.
Now, did you see this with Chris and Amy?
Ranj, I don't know if you saw this. It was an art contest, and it was AI art, like pretty crazy. They're trying to really acknowledge the AI generated images and how incredible they are. Well, in this contest, and it's called the 1839 Awards. It's a photography contest, but they have their own category for AI generated images. Professional photographers from the New York Times and Getty Images are among the judges as well. So one of the artists, Miles Astray, that's his pen name. Miles Astray.
Wow.
He entered.
I kind of hate him.
He entered his AI generated image, and he came in third place. He was shortlisted and then picked for third place, and he talked to his social media followers and said, vote for me because I want to win the AI generated image. He ended up winning third place until he was disqualified. Guess why he was disqualified?
I don't know.
It was a photograph. He took it with a camera.
Oh,
it wasn't
come
an
on.
AI generated image. It was
Come on.
Yeah. It's a flamingo standing on the beach, and everyone loved it. And it was so beautiful.
So the real photograph is better than what AI did.
That's why part of me loves the story and part of me hates it. It did only win third place, but I hate it because his name is Miles Astray, and he lied. He said it was AI generated, and it was actually just a photograph. So he's been disqualified.
That's
He's a cheater.
He is a cheater, but I think that it is somewhat good news that the real life photograph was better than what artificial intelligence could make. Right?
Yes.
It's somewhat encouraging.
I thought so.
Do you know the actor Theo James?
No.
Probably not. He's in White Lotus. He was in those Divergent, Insurgent, Allegiant, that trilogy of movies. Not very good. If you see his face, you'll know who he is. Anyway, he was doing a Q&A recently and spoke with Entertainment Weekly. And he told a story about a first date that he went on.
Yeah.
And the lady came back to his house, and she asked if she could use the bathroom before leaving. And he said, sure. And then when he said goodbye to her and then went into that bathroom, she had gone number 2 in the tub.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
He
said it was the worst date that he's ever had.
This is like one of your stories.
No, I don't have stories like that.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
That's disgusting. Was she mad at him? Did
I don't
he
know.
do something?
I don't know.
To
There's
offend her?
No, there's no follow-up to the story. No follow-up to the story. So I have no idea what happened there. But I don't have that kind of thing.
I feel like you kind of do, though.
No. I have classier people than that.
Have you?
By the way, have you seen this story, Amy,
Yeah.
about NFL Sunday Ticket is being sued by it started as it's a class action lawsuit now, and it goes back to 2015.
Okay.
There is a bar in San Francisco called the Mucky Duck.
Okay.
And they have sued Sunday Ticket. You know what that is? That's how you watch NFL out-of-market games. It is really, really expensive because you don't have an option. You have to pay for all the teams for the entire season. You can't just pick the team you want and then watch those games only. Anyway, there is a class action lawsuit against them for forcing you to buy Sunday Ticket through one platform only, and it is proceeding through multiple courts, and it is going to trial. So we'll see what the outcome of that is. But Sunday Ticket is a racket, man.
Yeah.
Oof, it is so expensive.
It is. I know. The whole thing's a racket. Everything's
It really is. Amy Marks Kors, Chris Ranji. We are at the Ronald McDonald House on Shodo, 4321 Shodo. This place is beautiful. We are also celebrating 618 Day.
We are.
It is 618 Day. We have a 618 tournament. We are going to tell you about the brackets next hour on KMOX.
Retiring soon? Get the information you need by joining Kyle Jones and Matt Allgeier of Fira Capital Management for your retirement highway, Sunday mornings at 9:30. Investment advisory services made available through Pine Ridge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Securities made available through AE Financial Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC.
We all have someone we love, like the favorite lyric in our favorite song. You can't imagine life without them. So tell them today, I love you. Get screened. It could help save their life. Visit cancer.org/getscreened to learn more.
Paid for by government. Did you hear? A secret hoard of 1904 $20 Gold Liberty coins have been found. These gorgeous 1904p gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck, and less than 500 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this secret U.S. gold coin discovery a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you can own a piece of the hoard. When you call, you are guaranteed a 1904 Gold Liberty struck at the iconic Philadelphia Mint. With limited availability, you must call now. These 1904 dated gold coins are still in uncirculated condition with brilliant luster. That is 120 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-973-3077. Call now and you'll receive a free bonus, a $75 value free with every order. Call 1-800-973-3077 now to secure your 1904p $20 Gold Liberty coins before they sell out. That's 1-800-973-3077.
KMOX, KEZK HD2, K254CR, St. Louis.
The legendary voice of St. Louis, KMOX. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
McKelvey Homes waterfront at Wild Horse Village in Chesterfield is selling fast. With just 3 open home sites and 2 quick move-in homes available, you don't want to miss your chance to live in this unique community. Visit McKelveyHomes.com for more information.
Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
Mid-America's most trusted source for news. KMOX.
It is 11 o'clock and we have sunshine, a few clouds. It's pretty breezy out there, 85 degrees right now. I'm Debbie Monterey. President Biden announcing new steps to grant legal status to some immigrants who are in the country illegally.
The program will allow certain undocumented immigrants to stay in the country and work legally. Those who qualify must be married to U.S. citizens and lived in the United States for 10 years. The immigrant would then have 3 years to apply for a green card and would be shielded from deportation during that time. This so-called parole in place for family members comes as the nation marks 12 years since the DACA program went into effect. DACA stands for Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. Lindy Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
8 alleged members of a far-right group have gone on trial in Germany accused of plotting to overthrow its democracy. The Reichsbürger group rejects the legitimacy of modern Germany. Supporters voice anti-Semitic, anti-immigrant, and racist views. The 8 on trial in Munich are accused of plotting to kidnap top politicians and overthrow the government. The U.S. Surgeon General has suggested warning labels on social media because of its impact on young people.
My initial reaction was, great idea. How are you going to do it? And will it make a difference?
Julie Smith is a media literacy expert and professor at Webster University. She wonders where the warning would go since these are apps on your phone. Besides, she points out social media has negative impacts on grown-ups too, who spend too much time on it and get into online arguments.
Maybe we should expand the entire audience for this warning and not just to teenagers.
The Surgeon General says teens who spend more than 3 hours a day online have more than 2 times the risk of depression and anxiety. Vacant real estate along the Gateway Mall is the focus of a new report to revitalize downtown St. Louis.
Chip Crawford with the Urban Land Institute says their report recommends organizations like Greater St. Louis Inc. and St. Louis Development Corp. to buy up empty buildings on market from the Arch Grounds to Downtown West.
The idea of the real estate and being able to control more of that asset right now, given the low price and low real estate values of just in the current market of some of the buildings along the corridor, is what led to that recommendation.
Crawford says the report is the product of 100 local stakeholders who offered up ideas to shift the Gateway Mall from a central business district to a central social district. Stuart McMillan, KMOX News.
When it's time to retire, do you have enough money to actually do it?
Gen Xers are hitting retirement age now, but according to a new study by investment bank Natixis, almost half of them say it would take a miracle for them to be able to retire.
CBS's Stacey Lynn reports that Americans say they'd need about $1.5 million to retire comfortably. The toxicology report for Riley Strain has reportedly been released by a Nashville medical examiner. The Mizzou student was found dead in the Cumberland River in March. The report says Strain died as a result of an accidental drowning and was intoxicated at the time. Singer Justin Timberlake arrested in Sag Harbor, New York on eastern Long Island. The DA's office says he was charged with driving while intoxicated. Timberlake was arraigned and released without bail. From the KMOX business desk, workers who are part of the Amazon labor union are aligning themselves with the Teamsters, overwhelmingly voting in favor of affiliation. The ALU members voted 98.3% in favor of that affiliation, the International Brotherhood of Teamsters says today. The affiliation gives the union workers access to various resources as they work to get a contract from Amazon. Taking a look at the roadways at this hour, it looks like that 3-vehicle crash on 70 eastbound past Salisbury has been cleared, so that's good news. There is a 1-vehicle crash on 44 east past 30 that has had the right lane closed for about 45 minutes. The weather is sponsored for you by the Penn Mutual Life Insurance Company. Penn Mutual leading the way. Today is the coolest day of this 5-day forecast with a high of 91 degrees, breezy, hot, and humid. Could see a thunderstorm pop up this afternoon somewhere in the region. Again, 91 degrees tomorrow, clouds and sun, humid, 93, 94 Thursday, 99 Friday, 100 on Saturday. Currently, it's mostly sunny, 85 degrees in downtown St. Louis at 10:04. I'm Debbie Monterey, KMOX News.
Chris Ranji, Amy Mark scores because life is too short for boring radio. Let the excitement begin.
All right, we are broadcasting live from the Ronald McDonald House. 4321 Shodo, the ribbon cutting ceremony completed about 45 minutes ago in a beautiful, beautiful facility here in St. Louis. Amy Markscores and Chris Ranji. And we are here for a very good event, a very good cause. The Ronald McDonald House is an extraordinary organization housing people who have sick children who need to be in the hospital. And you know, if you've got to travel because somebody in your family is sick and you're in from out of town and they are admitted into the hospital and maybe they have a long stay, a place like this is just an absolute godsend for families of sick children.
And what's so incredible, like you said, just the capacity, it's 76,000 square feet. This building here, 72 bedrooms, and it is equidistant between Cardinal Glennon and St. Louis Children's Hospital. So if your child is sick at either of those hospitals, you are so close to both of them right here.
All right, Amy, it is the day that we've talked about for many, many weeks now. After 314 Day happened on March 14th, which also happens to be my birthday, we celebrated St. Louis on 314 Day, as the entire area does. And we thought, you know what? 618 Day should be a thing, too. The people in the 618 area code, my Southern Illinois people, they deserve a little bit of recognition, too. And because it is June 18th now, it is 618 Day for us. I'm a Southern Illinoiser. You are not. Pajeski is not. No. Tyler is not. You all have disdain for us in the 618.
No,
you all think you're better than us.
Lighten up, Francis. It's fine. Here's the deal.
All of you 636 people think you're better than 618?
Megan Lynch, She's a 618. Carol Daniel was a 618.
That's right.
Brian Kelly is 618.
Dave Glover is 618.
Dave Glover
Rachel
is a
Zimmerman is
618.
618. Andrew Stoll, you can have him.
Yeah, you guys can.
I'm not claiming Andrew.
Yeah.
So we have come up with a 618 tournament. So these are all things that you identify with Southern Illinois, anything in the 618 area code. All right? So here are the brackets, and the way we're going to do this is eventually, before the day is over, we are going to have you vote on our Twitter account, at Chris Amy KMOX, and we're going to have each matchup be its own tweet.
Yep.
You just vote. Every day we're going to do a round until we have the championship round, which I believe works out to be about Tuesday. I think it works out to be Tuesday.
Works out to be around Tuesday.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I can't do the math. At any rate, it's going to be going on daily. So we are in the round of 64. Okay? In the 618 tournament. The number 1 seed in the Gary Gaetti region.
Where is Gary Gaetti from?
Centralia.
Centralia.
In the Gary Gaetti region, the number 1 seed, Eckert's Farm, takes on the 16 seed, the 730 area code.
What is the 730 area code?
Well, it's the new 618. They added it last year.
Really?
So, yeah, people in 618 have a new area code called 730.
Oh, my gosh. That's incredible. Okay. The next one.
This is the 8 and 9 matchup.
Cahokia Mounds.
I think this is a very tough matchup.
This is
and
impossible.
I think Cahokia Mounds is underseeded by a lot.
I do too. Cahokia Mounds, the 8 seed.
Yes.
Versus the number 9 seed, Pierre Marquette.
Pierre Marquette.
How is that? Pierre Marquette and Cahokia Mounds. This is a horrible matchup. Both of these places should go further in the bracket than the first round, but one of them is going to be eliminated.
Yep, it's really sad. But Cahokia Mounds, to me, could have been at least a 2 seed. I can't believe this is what it is now. The 5-12 matchup, the number 5 seed Mid-America Airport versus the 12 seed Pink Elephants Twisted Treat Diner, which is right off I-55. You go up north a little bit. It's the one that it's got the big ice cream cone looking thing. You've seen it. If you've ever gone north on 55, you've seen it.
Okay.
It's off to the left side.
I'm going to Mid-America Airport in a week. All right. I like this. What are the numbers on this one?
This is the 4th seed versus the 13 seed.
The 4 seed versus the 13 is SIUE versus SIUC.
Oh, no.
So SIU Edwardsville versus SIU Carbondale. That's a tough matchup.
I'm telling you, I think there's a little hatred on the committee for SIU Carbondale.
I do too. I think Edwardsville's going to win. I
can't believe Carbondale's seeded 13 and Edwardsville seeded 4th. Is it because the campus is bigger?
I know, because it's closer.
I guess.
I think it's because Edwardsville is closer, and I think a lot of people who listen to our show, I think there are more Edwardsville listeners than Carbondale listeners.
That's probably what's going on.
Yeah.
All right. The number 6 seed Mississippi River Festival versus the 11 seed the Wood River Refinery.
No, it's not.
It isn't? Oh, no. I'm sorry. There's a mix-up here. It is the Mississippi River Festival versus Miracle Whip.
Miracle Whip was invented in Southern Illinois.
That's right. Miracle Whip was invented in Southern Illinois.
I mean, so
That's
my
true.
dad went to all of those original Mississippi River festivals. Like, see the Who, and I don't know who else.
Oh, my uncle talks about it.
he
My
talks
mom
about it.
talks
He
about
went
it.
to those and saw the greatest classic rock bands around.
Yep.
Versus Miracle Whip, which is delightful. I hated Miracle Whip my whole life until this year.
I think it's really gross. All right.
Yeah.
Now here's the Wood River Refinery is the number 3 seed overall, taking on the number 14 seed, the Loading Dock, which I've never been to, but it's up kind of by Alton, right?
Yeah.
It's Grafton. Yeah, it's up by Grafton.
I think it's Grafton.
Yeah.
Okay, and also everybody has a picture of themselves with the Superman statue.
It's the number 7 seed.
And the Superman statue is going up against the Wildy Theater.
In Edwardsville.
The historic theater where Dave Glover has his live show every year. So, yeah, the Superman statue versus the Wildy Theater.
That is the 7-10 matchup. Also, We have the number 2, Paul Simon the Senator, not the singer. Paul Simon the Senator, and I think this is just an absolutely, actually, this is incorrect. It is Paul Simon the Senator versus the 15-seed Fast Eddies.
Oh.
15-seed Fast Eddies. People love to go to Fast Eddies in Alton. I haven't been there in a very long
I feel
time.
like Paul Simon the Senator is going to lose to Fast Eddies. I just feel like that.
Yeah.
I always thought the Paul Simon Highway
You do not say what I think you're about to say.
was.
For the singer. There's a bow tie on the sign.
But I think Paul Simon the singer wears
He
a bow tie.
does not wear a bow tie.
I think he did.
Amy, no.
That's why. That's how I knew it was the singer. I'm like, yep, there's the bow tie.
Oh, come, Amy. No.
I'd never heard of Paul Simon the Senator for so long.
Really?
Everybody knows.
Oh, my gosh.
If you ask 100 people who is Paul Simon, how many people would say a senator? Nobody.
Anybody in Congress.
One dorky guy might say, "Oh, that's the senator."
All right. So,
All right, okay.
So as we move on, number 1 seed in this is the Michael Stipe region.
Oh.
We are on to the Michael Stipe region.
Who is that?
The lead singer of REM is from Collinsville.
This is like being in a fun fact class.
It is. So the Michael Stipe region number 1 seed.
Yeah.
Versus the 16, Amy.
Chain of Rocks Bridge.
The Chain of Rocks Bridge, which technically, even though it connects Missouri and Illinois, it technically belongs to Madison, Illinois. So the Chain of Rocks Bridge is a Southern Illinois
But it's a
thing.
618, right? If
Yep.
you were to call the bridge.
Yep, it is it's a 618. All right.
Matters.
Here we go. This is also a very difficult matchup. It is the 8-9 matchup.
Okay.
The 8 seed complaining about Illinois taxes versus the 9 seed Piasaw Bird.
Oh, man. That's a great one. I've learned all about the Piasaw Bird, but I think complaining about Illinois taxes.
Oh, my God. People in Illinois love to complain about Illinois taxes. It's not really just a Southern Illinois thing, but it is.
Yeah.
It's definitely a thing. And so now we are on to the 5-12 matchup, Amy.
The Skyview Drive-In versus selling your Senate seat. No, just kidding. It's the Sky.
Dude. That barely made it. It was on the bubble.
Was it?
Selling your Senate seat was on the
it
bubble.
really?
Actually, no, it wasn't. Because I don't think it was 618ers.
It's not 618.
It's in Illinois.
Yeah.
If we do an all of Illinois tournament,
yeah.
governors going to prison will be on the list.
Yeah. So the Skyview Drive-In versus the Shawnee Forest.
That's a tough matchup for the Skyview.
So we talked to a historian about the Shawnee Forest, and when they were logging, I guess you'd call it logging, knocking down the forest, there were activists who would put railroad spikes in the trees, which is super duper dangerous because then you'd be cutting down the tree and you hit the railroad spike. So it was a huge protest, a huge issue. But yeah.
So here we go now. Moving on, the 4th seed Golden Eagle Ferry.
Okay.
Versus the 13 seed Brussels Ferry. So the ferries are going head to head.
The ferries are going head to head. I love it. What about this one?
Yes.
The Menard Correctional Facility.
It's a 6 seed. Menard Correctional Facility
versus
the
coal
max
mines.
security versus coal mines. Yeah.
Are there coal mines in the 618?
Yes, there are all kinds of coal mines in Southern Illinois.
So it's basically the prisoners and
versus the coal
miners.
mines. That and the 6 seed is
Is
the prison.
All
right.
Wait, the Menard Correctional Facility, is that the one that's near Greenville, Illinois?
No, that's got its own prison. There's one called a Greenville facility.
Yeah, because there's
that is not a max security.
No, and there's a poorly placed sign for the city of Greenville where it says if you lived here you'd be home, but it's right in front of the prison.
So the 314 seed, the McPike Mansion, which is one of the most haunted places in America, is the number 3 seed versus the 14 seed Carlisle Lake. I bet you've never been to Carlisle Lake.
But I thought it was Carlisle.
Call it whatever you want.
No, that's the whole thing, because I had a friend who grew up in Brownstown, and he ran a track near Brownstown, and they would always go to Carlisle
Now, this is a matchup that I didn't really.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with the seeding on this, but is the 7-seed Gateway Grizzlies versus the 10-seed East St. Louis football. East St. Louis Flyers have won like 10 state championships.
Yeah.
They're always good, but I think they're underseeded in this against the Gateway Grizzlies.
I do too. What about this one? The Alton Giant Robert Wadlow.
He's a number 2 seed
versus the Great River Road,
which is a 15 seed.
That is offensive.
It is super offensive.
There's no way the Great River Road should be a 15 seed.
This committee, man, they've got some of the entries right, but the committee really screwed up some of the seeding.
I think this committee.
Yeah.
I think there were some 314ers.
A lot of 314, 636ers in that. Yeah.
636ers are like, what's 618?
Southern Illinois. We will continue with 618 Day, the tournament, and we will reveal the rest of the brackets when we come back. It is Chris and Amy from the Ronald McDonald House on Shodo on KMOX.
Well, now is a great time to replace those windows that you've been putting it off. We all know it's not fun. It's not fun to do. It takes time. It's an investment. Here's what you need to do for the smoothest process with the highest quality windows. Windows that you can replace now and never have to worry about again. Renewal by Andersen. Renewal by Andersen is the full-service replacement window division of Andersen. And you know Andersen because they have been building quality windows and doors for more than 120 years. Now, Renewal by Andersen's Acclaim windows are made of Fibrex material. That's a composite that's 2 times stronger than vinyl and offers the beauty of wood without the maintenance. That means there's no scraping, there's no painting needed, and it won't bend, warp, or crack when exposed to our extreme temperatures that we have here in St. Louis. And right now, through June 29th, save 24% on every window, patio door, and entry door with 0% interest for 3 years. Installation is always included. Call 314-720-9200, 314-720-9200.
Start your summer road trip at Midas and get up to $30 off your next repair service. Plus, get a free closer look vehicle check to make sure your road trip ready. So if you need brake service and alignment check or tune-up, hit up Midas for up to $30 off. For more details, request your appointment at Midas.com.
Hi, I am Jackie Brock, the wife of our beloved Lou Brock, St. Louis Cardinal legend and Hall of Famer. I have a new resident. I am so excited to tell you about Fairwinds River's Edge in St. Charles, Missouri. It is my new residence where I find everything for life and living. The staff is incredible, kind, warm, cordial, supportive, everything that you would want in an independent living community. The activities are innumerable, and we find the food the best in town. Call in today about the $99 move-in special, 636-754-2317. I'll see you there.
Summer is right here now. Summer starts June 21st, but let's just say summer started. I have to say, if you have not been proactive and scheduled your checkup to make sure your air conditioner is ready, that's fine, because I'll be honest with you. If I wasn't in the business, I wouldn't either. So if you haven't done it, if you haven't had it checked and it does break down, just save my number in your phone. Not while you're driving, but when you stop or when you're at that light or when that really, really slow driver is in front of you in the passing lane, that's the perfect time to save my number. Call me. It's Bart Inman. One easy number. The easiest of all numbers for Missouri and Illinois. It is 314-293-2600. Or on the internet, it's bartinman.com. That is Bart with a B, Inman with an I.
Paid for by government. Did you hear? A secret hoard of 1904 $20 Gold Liberty coins have been found. These gorgeous 1904p gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck, and less than 500 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this secret U.S. gold coin discovery a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you can own a piece of the hoard. When you call, you are guaranteed a 1904 Gold Liberty struck at the iconic Philadelphia Mint. With limited availability, you must call now. These 1904 dated gold coins are still in uncirculated condition with brilliant luster. That is 120 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-973-3077. Call now and you'll receive a free bonus, a $75 value free with every order. Call 1-800-973-3077 now to secure your 1904p $20 Gold Liberty coins before they sell out. That's 1-800-973-3077.
KMOX, where every crack of the bat resonates with tradition, passion, and the spirit of Cardinals Nation.
Amy, we are continuing our 618-day tournament. We have gotten through 2 regions of our brackets, and I think so far so good for the most part. I don't agree with all of the seeding here, but I think some of these are pretty good. And we are going to have you vote. The listener gets to vote on Twitter. We will put up the matchups on Twitter at Chris Amy KMOX. It will be up before the end of the day today. So let's get started now with the right half of our bracket. And in the Gene Rayburn region, Gene Rayburn from the Match Game?
No.
Come on.
Did you Google famous people from
You
Southern
don't know Gene
Illinois?
Rayburn's from Southern Illinois?
Is he like the Gene, like from the 70s with dark hair?
Yeah.
Matt Pajeski, who is 18.
Matt Pajeski knew who he was.
He just turned 18 a couple days ago. He doesn't know who Gene Rayburn
Yes, he does.
is.
He's got the long, skinny microphone.
Yeah, he
Okay,
loves the
everyone
Match
had
Game.
a long, skinny microphone back then.
All right, so the in the Gene Rayburn region, our number 1 seed, disparaging Chicago, versus the 16 seed St. Clair Square Mall.
Oh, man.
What do you think of that one? I think disparaging Chicago it could go a long way. People in Southern Illinois love to crap on Chicago, even though all the tax money comes from Chicago. But don't tell them that.
Okay. Isn't there something to be said, though, for the sentimental value of St. Clair Square Mall?
I think it's underseeded. I did not pick the seeding, though.
I think if St. Clair Square didn't rhyme, people wouldn't like it quite as much.
Probably not.
I think the rhyming element adds a lot.
So here's the 8-9 matchup, Amy.
Okay.
The Granite City Steel.
Mm-hmm.
Granite City Steel is an 8 seed, I think underseeded.
Underseeded, for
Although
sure.
the management now, the ownership rather.
Yeah.
Against the number 9 seed Curiosity Museum in Alton. You know the Curiosity Museum, it used to be called the Mineral Springs Hotel. Then it was the...
Is this the one that has all the very
Yes.
morbid, macabre
That's exactly right.
items? We talked to them.
That's exactly
Like
right.
they have torture devices
Yeah.
from the medieval times. Ugh.
5th seed Worldwide Technology Raceway
Yep.
against number 12 seed Fairmount Park.
That's a great matchup because what do you like more, horses or cars? That's what they're asking you.
That's exactly it. Now tell us about the 4-13 matchup, Amy.
The 4-13 matchup is Raging Rivers. It's cool when it's hot. Versus Unsafe Carnivals.
No, I believe
Carnivals.
the 13 seed, I believe, is completely unsafe carnivals.
You know what?
There are unsafe carnivals all over Southern Illinois.
Definitely noticing a theme here because on the other bracket side, we had SIUE, SIUC, but here to have Unsafe Carnivals and Raging Rivers, that's a great matchup.
The number 6 seed Strip Clubs.
Yep.
Versus the 11 seed Legalized Sports Betting.
I think strip clubs are going to go far.
I think so too.
Yeah, and also you have to go to the strip clubs to bet if you're from St. Louis. I mean, you go to the parking lots of the
You have
strip
to drive
clubs. I don't know.
across
This is what I've heard.
You have to cross the river to do both of those things if
Yeah.
you live in Missouri.
Yeah.
Now this is the 3-14 matchup you're about to tell us about.
Okay. I don't know how to say this word, but it looks like
Fort de Chartres.
Yeah.
I believe that's how you say it. I don't even know, but it's an old French fort.
Fort de Chartres.
Deschartres. Deschartres.
No, it's not.
It is not. It is Deschartres. Fort Deschartres.
I'm sitting next to Fort de Chartres right now.
Against the 14 seed Stages nightclub, which no longer exists, but it used to be a really big thing.
So it really is Fort de Chartres?
I guess. That's what he said.
Wow. Okay. Against Stages nightclub. What about John Malkovich versus Laurie Metcalf?
The 7-10 matchup.
Yeah.
Malkovich versus Metcalf, both from Southern Illinois. John Malkovich is a terrific actor.
How about okay.
All right, this is the number 2 seed. I know you like this one.
Using the word Hoosier wrong.
It's not just a 3-1-4
No.
thing. They do it wrong in Illinois, too.
Using the word Hoosier wrong versus afraid to go to St. Louis.
Yes, the number 2 seed using the word Hoosier wrong versus the 15 seed being afraid to go to St. Louis.
That's right.
So, we'll complete this. We're running out of time in this segment.
It's so
We're
good.
going to come back and talk a little bit of Redbirds here. We're going to give you the birds when we come back. We still have one more bracket to reveal in our 6-1 8-day tournament, which begins today. You need to follow us on Twitter at ChrisAmyKMOX so you can vote on each matchup. The round of 64 will be live later today at ChrisAmyKMOX. We are broadcasting from the Ronald McDonald House, the new one, 4321 Shoto. This place is gorgeous. We're here today on KMOX.
If you have a problem with the IRS, believe me, it's not going away on its own. The IRS never gives up. They have endless resources, so they control the game. Well, your tax problems can end. I'm attorney Lance Drury with the Drury Law Firm, a local tax resolution firm with an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. I've handled thousands of IRS cases over the last 15 years. So when you hire me, you won't be speaking long distance or sending money to some TV pitchman that's riddled with consumer complaints. Your first visit is completely free and confidential, and I'll tell you on the spot exactly how much it will cost. So call me, Lance Drury, at 314-260-6120. That's 314-260-6120. Or go to Lance, DRURYlaw.com. If you have IRS issues, you need a local attorney, you need me, Lance Drury.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Stop for a moment and think about this. Do you know how much money in your 401k or IRA is actually yours? Or will the government take a bigger chunk than you thought? Remember, you still might owe taxes on that money. But do you have a plan to help make sure you don't pay more than you should? At Fira Capital Management, formerly Heisey Advisory Group, we believe you deserve to keep more of what you've earned, which is why we're here to help you navigate the confusing world of retirement taxes. It's your money. You deserve to know what's at stake. Right now, taxes are historically low, but they won't be this low forever. So call Fira Capital Management today so you don't miss out on this opportunity. 314-328-4400. That's 314-328-4400. You work hard for your money, and we'll work just as hard to help you keep it. Fira Capital Management, 314-328-4400. Investment advisory services made available through Pine Ridge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Securities made available through AE Financial Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. Firm may not give tax advice.
Sunny skies, 86 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Megan Lynch. About half of Americans favor forgiving all or some of an individual's medical debt if the person is facing hardships. That's according to a new poll from the University of Chicago Harris School of Public Policy and the Associated Press Nork Center for Public Affairs Research. The U.S. Commerce Department says consumers barely increased spending in May from April as still high inflation and high interest rates curbed spending. And Boeing's CEO is on Capitol Hill today answering new allegations about the safety of 737 MAX jets. Traffic note, debris in the roadway on eastbound 64 past Boone's Crossing. The center lane reportedly closed. The forecast for today, sunshine, breezy, hot, and humid this afternoon. We could have a thunderstorm pop up in spots. Expect a high of 91. Again, we have sunny skies, 86 degrees in downtown St. Louis.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up. Jerry Kelly can install a new AC tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow, even if we call it 8 tonight.
Wow, that's fast.
They're fast and they're good.
Mathematically, that actually equals got it going on.
Tomorrow.
JerryKelly.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
At Onder Law, we deliver big judgments for the little guy. Onder Law takes on the biggest industries and holds them accountable. Call today for a free review at 314 or 618-9000000.
The KMOX Studios, powered by Onder Law Injury Lawyers. GetJim.com.
That's GetJim.com.
Do you limp out of bed with a sharp pain in your heel? Maybe it feels better when you start walking, but then bam, feels crippling when you get up from sitting again? That could be plantar fasciitis. This is Debbie Monterey. Take my advice and seek out the doctors at Feet for Life Podiatry for their decades of expertise with heel pain. Their advanced non-invasive procedures offer quick recovery times so you can enjoy your summer pain-free. Visit feetforlife.com for an appointment or ask for a virtual visit if you're out of state, feetforlife.com.
If you had a crystal ball, you wouldn't agonize over when to sell your home. You'd just ask, should I sell while my home's value is sky high or wait and hope the bottom doesn't drop out of the housing market? The thing is, I'm not ready to move. You don't need a crystal ball. With Truehold's Sell and Stay program, you can literally sell now and stay in your home as long as you like. When you sell your home to Truehold for its best current value, you can fully cash out your home's equity and you can stay in your home as long as you want with an easy, affordable lease. Truehold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance too. Truehold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get an offer now while your home's value is sky high and use the money to secure your retirement, pay off bills, or finance your dreams. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out your home's current best value without moving. That's Truehold.com. Truehold.com.
Hi, I'm Cardinals second baseman Nolan Gorman. It's game day.
It's the Cards and Marlins tonight. Ameren Total Access 415. First pitch 5:10.
Let's play ball.
On your voice of the Cardinals, KMOX. Now, the John Rooney Conversation on KMOX. Sponsored by Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance. And if you're a Missourian, we're for you.
And he picked it out of the dirt. What a play by Goldie on the other end. A low throw by Arenado, and the Cardinals somehow, someway win this game in 12.
Now the Cardinals do get a victory. Game 2 of 3 will be tonight. That was last night. It took extra innings to get it done. The pregame show this afternoon, 4:15, with the first pitch at 5:10 in Miami as the Cardinals take on the Marlins. Lance Lynn is going to get the start tonight. You can hear the game right here on KMOX and the free Odyssey app if you are in the St. Louis area, AUDACY. It's time to go to the Quiver River Electric guest line. We are joined by radio voice of the Cardinals, John Rooney. He is with us this morning. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Chris. Amy, where are you guys?
Go ahead, Amy.
We are at the brand new, beautiful Ronald McDonald House off Shoto in the Grove, and they just had the ribbon cutting, John. Tom Ackerman was the MC, and the people have filtered back inside for a lunch and celebration and to tour this new 72-room Ronald McDonald House.
Actually, we're in your hotel lobby right now.
That's what I thought. I thought you were down there ordering margaritas or something.
Yeah, we are. We're waiting for the Boston Celtics to arrive.
That's right.
Because the Celtics are coming to Miami to celebrate them winning the NBA championship on the night that Matthew Tkachuk and the Florida Panthers might win the Stanley Cup. So there's a lot of St. Louis going on in Miami right now.
We think Jason Tatum and Matthew Tkachuk planned this so the Chaminade boys could hang out together.
So there, a lot going on, and Cardinals trying to win 3 in a row, and really exciting games for the last, going back to Mother's Day, when the Cardinals broke out of that 7-game losing streak. They have the best record in the National League since then, and they played 10 games over 500 to get a game over 500 overall. So it's been a good stretch.
Yeah, they have put themselves back over 500 for the first time since the beginning of April, John. And they're in good position if you're following playoff, the playoff standings. If you're one of those looking into it in the middle of June, they're in good standing there. Right now, they're a wild card. But how much does it mean to players just to just to know that you're over 500 as opposed to being right at 500 or even a game below? Psychologically, what does that do for them?
Well, you can't do a thing until you get above 500. I know Washington is like a game out under 500 and a game out of the wild card, but it's too early really to look at the wild card much, and that can change, and you don't want to have to leap over so many teams, and there are like 8 teams that are in position, I think, over in the American League and all but 2 in the National League, looking at a wild card spot separated like 2 or 3 games. But a lot's going to shake out as we move on toward August and into September. But it means everything that, okay, now we can put on a push because we have reached 500, we're above 500, and now let's go get them. And that's the way the Cardinals have played. But playing all these close games, I think that will help the Cardinals so much down the road, because it's one thing to play close games. It's another thing to learn how to win those, and that's something they've been doing.
It was so much fun to watch the game last night. There was a CYC baseball season ending party at Cyberg's yesterday. And I bring that up because the whole team, all the parents, all these little boys watching the Cardinals win it in 12, the whole bar was cheering, the boys were cheering. And it's so much fun when the Cardinals win, and you just are reminded of how big their presence is every day in the city of St. Louis.
Well, and I've been thinking about this a lot lately as we move along. There's so many things to do and so many different things to watch by way of streaming, or for those people who still have cable or satellite. And the way the Cardinals have marketed to families over the years and getting those families involved. And it was a family thing when I grew up. That's how I became a Cardinal fan, listening to games even out in the car when we couldn't pull KMOX in, living just outside of Kansas City. Couldn't pull them in until the signal change at sundown. But we'd try to get the signal any way we could just to hear the games and to follow the excitement of those teams in the mid to late 60s when I started following the Cardinals. And that's what this team can do, winning all these close games and playing so well and having moments like you experienced last night. And then to see those families at the ballpark, that's one thing I think the Cardinals really do a good job of, is marketing to families.
You mentioned being able to listen to Cardinals games wherever you were. And, we talked to Gerald Watkins, who is the CEO of Wood Field, where the Cardinals are going to play on Thursday in that game honoring the Negro Leagues. They'll play against the Giants, also honoring Willie Mays, who won't be in attendance. As you look ahead to that game, I know it's a couple of days away, but that's a really cool event and one that the entire baseball world's going to be watching, John.
And it will, and they've had so many other activities going on. They're playing a minor league game with the Birmingham Barons, the White Sox AA team, hosting a game there, a celebrity softball game. And it will be a very full-packed day for both the Cardinals and the Giants, and then play the game. And then the Cardinals are back home, and we'll play the Giants on Saturday and Sunday after an off day on Friday. But I think it'll go by in the blink of an eye. Those things usually do. But it's going to have so much national and international attention. And I know Willie Mays will be watching from home, and it's a little bit too much for him to have to travel from the West Coast to Birmingham. It's going to be a hot night there in Alabama. But there are so many things going on right now to lead up to it. But once we get the game started, it'll be over before you know it. But it's going to be a very special night.
Yeah, brought up Gerald, the CEO, because he told us that when he was a kid, that's what he did. He listened to KMOX. He listened to Cardinals games on KMOX because that's the baseball he was able to consume. And when you think about it, the Braves have sort of encroached on that territory now, but for so many years, Cardinals territory it seemed like most of the country.
Well, last night, we didn't have many people in the ballpark, but I'd say the majority favored Cardinal fans. It was incredible how every time the Cardinals did something well, the cheer was louder than when the Marlins did something well. That's what we've experienced everywhere. The Cardinal fans, they show up, whether it's Dodger Stadium or in San Francisco or Atlanta or Milwaukee or Cincinnati, we always have a great representation there and people backing the Cardinals and playing a weekend series somewhere. Cardinal fans make a nice trip out of it, enjoy those cities, and then go watch Cardinal baseball. That has become a part of their summers for decades.
Just going back to the game last night, I mean, the Cardinals ended up winning it, took 12 innings to do it, but a win's a win. There was a lot of discussion about Sonny Gray coming out of the game in the 8th inning, having only thrown about mid-80s in terms of pitches. What did you think of that move to go to the bullpen there?
Sonny Gray, he wants to throw about 90 pitches in his starts to be able to stay ready, and he's a maximum effort type guy, Chris, and probably 90 pitches is about right for him. 90 pitches for Sonny Gray might be 120 for somebody else. It's just the way he goes about the game. And when you've had reliable pitchers like Romero, Kittredge, and Helsley all set to go, and I'm not sure of Helsley's availability in this series because they're trying to track things for Helsley to be available in August and September. If the Cardinals can keep the big three going, then they're going to be in a playoff race of some kind, whether it's for the division or a wild card, and you'll need those guys. And with Sonny Gray, it just seemed the matchup, and Romero had been very good, but the walk cost Romero. That's what cost him last night. And then De La Cruz hit the home run. But that's not what Ali anticipated, bringing in his left-hander who's been so reliable to give up a free pass. And then it set up the home run. And you walk people late in ball games, that's usually going to come back to hurt you. And it hurt the Miami Marlins last night as the Cardinals took advantage of a few free passes in the 8th inning.
On the Quiver River Electric guest line, John Rooney is with us. He will have the call of the ball game tonight, 4:15 4:15 pregame show with Joe Pott. Then the 5:10 first pitch. John will have that tonight as the Cardinals take on the Marlins in Miami. We appreciate it again, John. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, sounds good, and I'll join you down the lobby in about 10 minutes.
All right, we'll be 3 margaritas deep by then.
Okay, very good.
You got some catching up to do, John. John Rooney with us today, and the Cardinals Report brought to you by Renner Garage Door, RENNER. Forward and back, family-owned and top-rated, RennerDoorSTL.com. We'll complete our 618-day tournament bracket. We've got one more region to tell you about. It's Amy Marks, Kors, and Chris Ranji from the Ronald McDonald House on Shodo in the Grove here on KMOX.
We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we're here for all of life's wins. Like when you get a new car, or new boat, or new driver, or when your son moves out, but your mom moves in, or you find out you're expecting again, or when one rental property turns into 2, then 20, or you realize they're all in Tornado Alley. Life is full of life events, so call your Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance agent or visit MOFBinsurance.com to find an agent near you, and we'll make sure you have the right coverage for each of life's wins.
We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we're for the people of Missouri, in good times and in bad. We're for Missouri families and Missouri communities. We're for giving back to those communities and lifting people up. And when Missouri weather rips through our state, we're for helping put back the pieces. We're for brighter days and new tomorrows. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance. And if you live in Missouri, we're for you.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Enjoy rounds of golf with friends this summer, courtesy of KMOX and Cutwater. Real cocktails perfectly mixed. Now through July 1st, head to your local Schnucks, Deerbergs, or liquor store. Look for the Cutwater display and scan the QR code to get entered for a chance to win 6 rounds of golf at area courses from Walters Golf Management. You and your friends could hit the links at courses like Gateway National Golf Links, Stonewolf, Far Oaks, and more. No purchase necessary. Open to Missouri residents 21 or older. Details and rules at KMOX.com/contests.
When it comes to retirement, you don't need to worry or sweat the small stuff if you have Saks Financial on your side. Saks Financial, home of the Retirement Compensation Plan. SACHS, Saks Financial, because income is the outcome that matters. RetireSafeSTL.com.
This is Christina Straight with Straight Realty reminding you why pay more than 4. In 2003, we had a dream to start a real estate company that would revolutionize the real estate market. Now, 20 years later, after navigating through the many markets' ups and downs, we know exactly how to help you in this challenging time. I'm Christina Straight, owner Straight Realty. Don't give away your hard-earned equity. Give us a call today, 314-441-4444, 314-441-all-4s. And remember, why pay more than 4?
Straight Realty is a licensed broker in the state of Missouri.
La 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 la.
Oops. Ever had your singing lessons cut short by icy water?
Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
Say goodbye to those cold notes with Navien tankless water heaters. With Navien, you'll hit all the right notes without the surprise chill. So keep singing and let Navien keep the hot water flowing. And get ready for the encore when you get your utility bill.
La 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 la.
Navien tankless water heaters. Visit tanklessmadesimple.com.
Retirement can be scary, but only if you're not prepared. That's why AARP created thisispretirement.org. Because unless you've already retired, you're in pretirement and you still have time to plan. Learn about retirement savings options, potential tax breaks, and how you can build savings over time. Visit thisispretirement.org for free resources to help you customize your action plan and feel the retirement fear disappear. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
Every business faces challenges, but complicated, expensive, and uncertain shipping shouldn't be one of them.
With USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service, you can avoid all the noise.
No more unexpected surcharges, hidden fees, or complex rate structures.
It's just easy, cost-effective, and dependable shipping. Tune your business's frequency to success and turn shipping to your advantage. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Transforming airwaves into an engaging playground of ideas and entertainment. It's the Chris and Amy Show on KMOX.
From the Ronald McDonald House that has just opened, 4321 Shoto in the Grove. This facility is really, really nice. It is a 76,000 square foot facility and 72 rooms here. So a really great place. Amy and I are broadcasting live today. We're glad you are with us. And it is also 618 Day. So we are completing our tournament, our 618 tournament. And we will allow you to vote on Twitter. We'll have the polls all up and running in a Twitter thread at Chris Amy KMOX, and you can vote on the 618 things that you like. Each matchup will be there individually. So we have one final region to get to, Amy.
Yep.
So let's get to it now. This one is the Harry Blackmun region.
Harry Blackmun.
Former Supreme Court Justice. Harry
right.
Blackmun.
That's right.
How did you knew who I was talking about?
I knew who Harry Blackmun was more than I know who
Michael Stipe.
Michael Stipe.
Well, the
was.
Michael Stipe region's tough too.
Yeah.
Jackie Joyner-Kersey's a 1 seed in the Michael Stipe region.
That's an excellent submission.
Here we go. The number 1 seed in the Harry Blackmun region is Lewis and Clark.
Oh. The guys or the college?
Lewis and Clark. The guys. because
Okay.
there is a college. So it's the Explorers
The Explorers, Lewis and Clark.
versus the number 16 seed King Louis.
Oh.
The drive-in.
I
The
did.
food, it's really good.
Okay. Okay.
Like a great greasy spoon kind of burger place. King Louis.
What about number 9, Jerry Sloan versus number 8, Scott Air Force Base?
Those are two really good ones.
That's a great one.
Jerry Sloan is a basketball legend.
Yeah.
Hall of Famer. Scott Air Force Base, obviously.
Obviously.
That's a tough matchup for both of them. Scott Air Force Base, 8 seed. All right, the number 12 seed.
Are you just naming cities
No,
now?
no, no. But no, this is what the committee selected.
Okay.
It's the number 12 seed Kaskaskia.
Yep.
The first capital of Illinois.
Okay.
Versus the 5 seed Vandalia, the second capital of Illinois.
Which for all of you 636ers, that is not where they grow the onions.
Okay.
In Vandalia.
Okay.
They're not Vandalia onions, they're Vidalia onions.
So the
Just saying. It's confusing.
and now you're the worst. And now the number 4 seed Doug Collins.
Oh.
Doug Collins from Collins. Collinsville's got a couple of celebs. Doug Collins, also a basketball
He's from
celebrity.
Collinsville?
Can you believe it?
No.
It's crazy, right? Doug Collins versus the number 13 seed Garden of the
Wow.
Gods, which I have not ever been to, but I've heard really nice things.
I had only heard of Garden of the Gods in Colorado Springs.
Oh, they have that there.
They do have that there.
Oh, that's very cool.
What about this one? You talk about
This is tough.
impossibility. The number 6 seed, the Casino Queen,
Yeah.
home of the loosest slots, versus the number 11 seed, the Alton Bell Casino. Oh man,
That's going to be.
how are you going to choose?
This is going to be tough.
Mhm.
This one I think is this may be wrongly seeded,
Okay.
but we'll find out when the tournament begins. The number 3 seed Soybeans.
Yep.
Versus the 14th seed Corn.
How do you pick?
I'm telling you, the corn farmers are going to be
Furious.
with the seeding here.
So I thought if I were going to pick soybeans, I would say Missouri, corn, Illinois.
Well,
Southern Illinois has a lot of corn.
I do believe the corn, there's more corn in Southern Illinois than there are soybeans. But maybe the quality of the soybeans is better. I don't know.
I don't know either. What about for you newspaper readers, the Alton, and that's me, I'm a newspaper reader, the Alton Telegraph
The number 7 seed.
versus the number 10 seed, the Belleville News Democrat.
Two really great regional papers.
Outstanding papers. How are you going to choose between the number 7 Alton Telegraph and the Belleville News Democrat?
I don't know how you're going to do it. But I guess people in Alton will vote for theirs and people in Belleville will vote for that one. That's probably how that's going to go. And our final matchup in the Harry Blackman region, the number 2 seed Brooks Ketchup Bottle
Oh, yeah.
versus the 15 seed Grafton Winery.
I got to go with the ketchup bottle. The catsup bottle.
I think I am too. I like the Grafton Winery.
But, everyone has a winery.
Yep.
Not everyone has a ketchup bottle.
Not everybody has a ketchup bottle. That's true. It's the largest ketchup bottle in the world.
Is it
we had
really?
we had a texter yesterday to 314-436-7900 who notified us that they proposed to their girlfriend, which I don't believe, under the ketchup bottle.
I believe it. That's incredible. Good for them.
I-
That's going to last.
I really do hope that actually lasted and happened.
I think the people who propose next to ketchup bottles
Mhm.
have a greater chance of a long and happy marriage than the people who go all out with lots of candles and flowers and expensive decorations.
So we don't have time to go over all the matchups here. You'll have to go to Twitter at Chris Amy KMOX. Follow us there so that you can vote in the matchups. But just to reiterate, the number 1 seeds from each region, Eckert's Farm is a number 1 seed in the Gary Gaetti region. You've got Jackie Joyner Kersey, a 1 seed in the Michael Stipe region.
He is the singer for REM.
That's right. The number 1 seed in the Gene Rayburn region is Disparaging Chicago.
Yeah.
And
Gene Rayburn is the game show host with the long, skinny microphone
from the match game.
from the match game.
And the number 1 seed in the Harry Blackman region is Lewis and Clark, the Explorers.
the Explorers,
not the college. But the college does exist. Also, we've got tickets to give away today, Amy. Did you know that?
To Def Leppard?
We're going to give away another pair of tickets to see Def Leppard. They'll be playing July 6th at Busch Stadium. You'll have to be listening for your opportunity to win, and we'll tell you. We will tell you when it's time. And
so just be careful.
Be very, very careful. It's so important that you're careful when you dial the number. We are broadcasting live from the Ronald McDonald House 4321 Shodo. It is brand new, and it is really something special. It's Amy Marks Kors and Chris Ranji. When we come back, we have an NBA champion.
We do.
Maybe soon a Stanley Cup champion.
Miami is going to be lit.
Both from St. Louis. That's all coming up and more on KMOX.
Do you feel like you're going through life clouded by doubt? Talk to California Psychics. Our trusted and accurate psychics are available 24/7. And we guarantee if it's not life-changing, it's free. Download the app or connect with us at CaliforniaPsychics.com. Right now, new customers get 80% off their first reading. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
We're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that our daughters have what they need to grow and learn. But that isn't the case for nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. that struggle with hunger.
Childhood hunger is a heartbreaking reality that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and provides it to families and children in need.
You can help kids in need in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
The Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and show you ratings and reviews, but now we also let you compare upfront prices on hundreds of projects and book a service instantly. We can even handle the rest of your project from start to finish. So remember, Angie's List is now Angie, and we're here to get your job done right. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
When you haven't found love, it can feel like everyone else has. It's in every movie, every song, and all the PDA. Looking for love sucks. Thankfully, California Psychics can give you the guidance you need to find the one. We guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. And new customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com and experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
KMOX, KECK HD2, K254CR, St. Louis.
The home of the Cardinals, KMOX. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
If you're thinking about selling your home, I'm sure there are two things that you want: certainty and the most money, right? This is Debbie Monterey, and if you've been listening to me for some time, you know that the agent I trust is Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, St. Louis's real estate expert. Here's why she should be your first call when looking for an agent. Gloria does not make empty promises. She provides written guarantees. What does that mean for you? Certainty. Certainty isn't the only thing you want. You also want the most money. Gloria is able to get her home sellers more money than the average agent because she already has the buyers. This is why Gloria will guarantee to sell your home at your agreed upon price, or she will buy it. To get your guaranteed price, call St. Louis's real estate expert, Gloria Liu, at 314-325-6888. That's 314-325-6888, or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Conditions apply. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date. GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
Mid-America's most trusted source for news. KMOX.
At 12 noon, we have sunny skies, 86 degrees downtown at the Arch. The news is sponsored by Michael's Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts, michaelsflooringoutlet.com. I'm Megan Lynch. California's governor promising to dramatically restrict the use of smartphones during the day at schools.
There have been a raft of studies warning of the negative mental health danger smartphones and social media pose to young people. And California Governor Gavin Newsom says he'll work with state lawmakers to restrict their use. This LA parent says,
if it's up to me, my son's not going to have a phone until he's 16.
This LA mom says phones are for protection after school, but as for a ban,
I think it's up to the parent
Some parents think kids should have phones in case of an emergency. Allison Keyes, CBS News.
The U.S. Surgeon General has suggested warning labels on social media because of its impact on young people.
My initial reaction was, great idea. How are you going to do it? And will it make a difference?
Julie Smith is a media literacy expert and professor at Webster University. She wonders where that warning would go since these are apps on our phones. Besides, she points out social media has negative impacts on grown-ups too, who spend too much time online and get into online arguments.
Maybe we should expand the entire audience for this warning and not just to teenagers.
The Surgeon General says teens who spend more than 3 hours a day online have more than 2 times the risk of depression and anxiety. Debbie Monterey, KMOX News.
Smith was a guest on Total Information AM. Actor and singer Justin Timberlake arrested last night in Long Island.
The 43-year-old Timberlake was arraigned in Sag Harbor Court this morning. Released on his own recognizance, he was charged for 1 count of driving while intoxicated and for running a stop sign and failure to keep in his lane. He was arrested last night by Sag Harbor Village Police after having dinner with friends at the American Hotel. Timberlake took a field sobriety test but refused to take a breathalyzer test. He's back in court July 26th. Gary Sapien for CBS News, Sag Harbor.
The toxicology report for Riley strain has reportedly been released by a Nashville medical examiner. The Mizzou student was found dead in the Cumberland River back in March. The report says strain died as a result of an accidental drowning and was intoxicated at the time. From the KMOX business desk, electric vehicle interest has declined, according to a new survey by AAA. Spokesman Nick Chabaria says their numbers show only 18% of adults are likely to buy an EV.
Although the federal government has made a big push and a big investment in adding chargers around the country, public charging stations around the country, that rollout has been fairly slow. You know, we see a large concentration of chargers, particularly in larger metropolitan areas and especially along the coast.
He says another reason for the decline may be the price. The window sticker for an EV is on average $11,000 more than a regular gasoline vehicle. The Dow from Stifel this hour down 14 points at 38,763. The S&P 500 up 7 points at 5,480. In sports, St. Louis City SC midfielder Aziel Jackson headed to Columbus. The club announced the move today in exchange for more than $600,000 in general allocation money. Let's get a check now of the forecast. Here's Dave Murray.
Hot times in and around St. Louis on this Tuesday afternoon. Partly sunny skies, hot and humid, breezy. Might be a pop thunderstorm, so we'll keep an eye on that. 93 for the high. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy skies, 75. Wednesday, mostly sunny, 94 degrees. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, sunny skies and hot. Only moderate humidity, though, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Thursday, 96, 99 Friday and Saturday. Full moon coming up on Friday. It's known as the Strawberry Moon, and the summer season officially begins at 3:50 Thursday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray for the Voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Right now we have sunny skies around the region, 86 degrees in Florissant. It's 87 in St. Peters, and we have sunshine, 86 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Megan Lynch, KMOX News.
Sponsored by Design Air, St. Louis's leading air conditioning repair service. Hey everyone, this is Charlie Brennan. This is the perfect time to make sure your air conditioner is ready for what could be a brutal summer. Do what I've done. Contact Design Air at designairservice.com.
Your passport into a world of wit and wisdom and a splash of humor. Chris and Amy on the Voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Live from the Ronald McDonald House, 4321 Choteau. It is a place that is open today officially. The ribbon-cutting ceremony happening about 2 hours ago. And so Amy Marks, Coors, Chris Ranji with you from this wonderful, wonderful facility. We're here for the next hour, and it's such a nice place. And it's truly great for families who have children who are sick, who are in the hospital, and we're so close to both Children's Hospital and Barnes. The whole campus is just right there across the road. So this is such a fantastic place. So we did have some news that broke within the last half hour. City SC, as sort of had been discussed, they have made a trade. The soccer team here in town has sent Aziel Jackson to the Columbus Crew. City in return gets a guarantee of $650,000 in general allocation money, which can go as high as $900,000 if there are certain performance-based incentives that are met. So we knew there could be some moves here for City SC as they sit a couple of spots out of the playoff race as it stands right now. But they're not too far back, just a couple of points out. But this has not been a season for City that was anywhere near as good as last year.
Which, I mean, you expect. When it's a brand new team, nobody knows who you are. You've got the excitement. You've got the momentum of being that expansion team. It's always tougher in the sophomore season. I do think, and I stand by this, the MLS needs to do away with ties. They're anticlimactic. There's no resolution. And this is America. We want winners and losers. That's what we do. So I just think I would rather would you rather have 9 more losses? Yes, I would. Because then I know we're terrible.
Oh my God.
And we need to improve.
Amy.
I don't want to tie.
You're not helping.
I'm helping a lot.
But also, you know what will help, speaking of help? When Cedric Teukert ends up joining City SC.
That's right.
Remember that's going to happen in the next few weeks.
From the Bundesliga?
From the Bundesliga.
That's right. Okay. Speaking of being from, well, not the Bundesliga, but St. Louis, Jason Tatum. We've been talking about this for over a week now. Jason Tatum, the Chaminade alumnus, he is now an NBA champion. Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics absolutely demolished the Dallas Mavericks last night. They are now the NBA champions, and I think what is perhaps even more significant than Jason Tatum winning the championship is the fact that the entire team is going to Miami today, to celebrate. Ranj said he had never heard of this. He's never heard of a team winning a championship and not celebrating first and foremost in the city. They haven't even had the parade yet. They're going to go to Miami, and I think it's because he knows his fellow Chaminade alumnus, his friend, Matthew Tkachuk is going to win the Cup. He's going to win it tonight with the Florida Panthers in Miami. And now you're going to have the Stanley Cup champions and the NBA champions celebrating in Miami, and the Cardinals will also be there.
Well, the Cardinals can't partake. They have a game early tomorrow.
What if you're a starter who's not? You're Sonny Gray.
You're Sonny Gray. You can get after it tonight.
Sonny Gray, go party your heart out, because you'll never have this opportunity again to celebrate with the NBA champions and the Stanley Cup champions. It's insane. And 2 St. Louis kids, Jason Tatum and Matthew Tkachuk.
Speaking of Tatum, you think he sounded excited last night?
It's a surreal feeling. We did it. We did it!
Yep, he was excited.
He was excited.
He was totally excited.
But how amazing would that be? Come on, tell me, Ranj. You're Sonny Gray.
Yeah.
You're not going to go. You have to go to that party. If the Florida Panthers win and Matthew Tkachuk and Jason Tatum are there, they know who you are.
If I'm Sonny Gray, I'm going alone. If nobody else wants to go with me, I'm going alone. If everybody says, hey, I can't. We got a game tomorrow. What are you talking about? Going out tonight? I'm going to the party.
I'm going to the party.
That's what I would do. And then I would tell the Cardinals, listen, I'm not getting on the team plane. I'm leaving with these guys.
This is a chance of a lifetime.
I'm going to Boston to the parade. By the way, they do believe the Celtics parade will be on Friday.
Whatever the fine will be, it's worth it.
So plant theft in Tower Grove Park has become a problem. It has, in fact, increased this past year, costing thousands of dollars. I've seen videos of people digging plants out of various places. So they say that there has been quite an impact on the aesthetics of the park. And here's the problem, Amy.
Yeah.
It's getting too hot to replace the plants because I don't know much about botany, but I do know that there are certain times you don't want to plant certain things because they won't survive.
Yeah,
and it's getting hot out.
This is so incredibly frustrating. And Tower Grove has had to deal with this different kinds of theft, whether it's plant theft or when they redid the bathrooms. So frustrating because people would come in and take the sinks, take the pipes. Do you know the amount of work, the amount of money that the community around Tower Grove Park, and no one's a bigger champion of Tower Grove Park than our own Debbie Monterey, how much time, effort, and money they've put into that park to make it so beautiful, the history of the park and all of the the gazebos, all of those around the park are gorgeous. So for now, for thousands of dollars of plants to be stolen is enormously frustrating. I don't know what you do other than you have to have a constant police presence.
And while plants are certainly important, we may have buried what is more important here, and that is that there are about half the country, about 150 million people around the country who are experiencing temperatures over 90 degrees right now because of the heat dome, and it's been moving its way east. You've got the California wildfires, which are ongoing. There are fires in New Mexico that are happening right now. This heat is happening way too early, and it is prolonged way more than it should be at this point of the year.
Especially the Midwest going into the Northeast regions are experiencing temperatures on average 25 degrees higher than normal, temperatures well over 100 degrees. And so our heat dome check-in, though, last night, not too bad. It was actually kind of nice last night.
It was.
I don't know what happened. I don't know if the humidity dissipated or if there was a little bit of a breeze, but I was outdoors last night, and everyone I talked to, because we talk about the weather. It's what we do. I've talked about the weather since I was 5. I know it's bizarre. It's a St. Louis-y thing. I don't know if that was on our bracket, talking about the weather. It's very St. Louis-y, but we do it, and everyone I talked to last night said, it's not that bad right now.
It very nice.
Yeah.
So I know that with the Muni starting to operate here, and they've got those nighttime shows, when it's hot and when it's humid, even when it's late, it's not all that comfortable. But if it's like last night, it'd be beautiful at the Muni right now.
And I also know my best friend, Pam. You know her. She's your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She's my best friend.
Yeah, she's
and
going to the Muni this week.
with your aunt.
That's right.
And they're going, and I will have to check in, see how it is for
I'll see how
Pam,
she's doing.
see how the heat dome's going on.
I know.
Go ahead.
I know one thing, Amy.
Yeah.
There's one person probably not doing well today, and that is singer Justin Timberlake.
Okay, yeah. So
Did you hear what happened to Justin Timberlake?
JT, the Prince of Pop, he was arrested in Sag Harbor because he was driving while drunk.
At about 12:37 this morning, Sag Harbor Village Police pulled him over in his 2025 BMW on Madison Street. He failed to stop and failed to maintain his lane of travel. When they pulled him over, he said they said Timberlake was operating his vehicle in an intoxicated condition. Yeah. This is the report from ABC News, who had the story first early today.
So,
that's, JT, back on tour. That's the last thing you want to do is drive. By the way, where's his driver?
I know. It's not great. So he was leaving a party, as you mentioned, and it was after midnight. He just blew through a stop sign, and apparently he was cooperative, but he failed the field sobriety test, but then he refused to do the breathalyzer. And when you do that, your license in the state of New York is suspended. So his license is suspended. He was released without bail. Apparently, when he got arrested, they handcuffed him, and his friends came out and tried to say, hey, cut this guy some slack. He's bringing sexy back. And they did not. Everyone was cooperative and friendly, but he will have to go to court, I think, July 24th.
You know what the police said to him? They said, forget tomorrow. You're in jail tonight, pal. That's the name of his tour, the Forget Tomorrow Tour.
Is it really? Well, that's...
I didn't know if you would know what I was talking about.
I didn't. I know he's in Chicago.
Again,
he's supposed to go to Chicago this weekend.
That's right. If you're Justin Timberlake,
yeah,
you have a driver everywhere. What are you driving anywhere? Why are you in a car? Why are you driving? You can have a driver who waits for you.
You know, not only are you Justin Timberlake, and of course there's the safety issue. You could kill somebody, you could kill yourself, but worse, you could kill somebody driving drunk. Yep. So there's just the responsibility. He's a dad of 2 kids. Jessica Biel, his wife, married since 2012. They posted all of those pictures on social media. Like, he's a great dad. Yay, what a leader. Well, not now, because now he's got a DUI. So aside from that, anything you do is going to be to make headlines. You're Justin Timberlake. So it's bad enough, but now the whole world is going to know. So to be dumb enough to do that, I don't know. Maybe he was in the Hamptons and he thought, wow, it's the Hamptons.
Amy, that's how they talk. Amy, you know, immigration is a huge story, and it has been in this country, and a lot of attention paid to it. Well, a new announcement coming today, and we will talk about what that is and who it affects next on KMOX.
Well, if you are looking to replace your windows and you're waiting for a sign that, well, when is the right time to do it? Because I get it. Nobody wants to replace their windows. It's a time. It's an investment. this is your sign. You need to call Renewal by Andersen. Now, right now, through June 29th, you can save 24% on every window, patio door, and entry door with 0% interest for 3 years. Here's what's important. Installation is always included, so that's a big deal. And if you call by June 29th, you can make those savings. Now, you also know the name Renewal by Andersen because Renewal by Andersen is the full-service replacement window division of their parent company, Andersen, which has been building quality windows and doors for more than 120 years. What they like to say is we're not the cheapest window, but we are ultimately the most affordable because when you replace your windows with Renewal by Andersen, you can do it once and be done forever. Their Fibrex material offers you the look, feel, beauty of wood without the maintenance, no painting, no scraping. It's also 2 times stronger than vinyl, so when the weather gets really hot like this and then drops down and gets cold again, it won't warp, bend, or crack. Call them today, 314-720-9200, 314-720-9200.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
If you've been hurt on the job, you need the best, Onder Law. Hurt on the job? Call Onder Law today for a free review at 314 or 618-9000000.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
We have over $34 trillion in national debt. Where do you think the money to pay for that is going to come from? Taxes. Believe it or not, taxes are at historic lows right now, but how much longer will that last? A Roth IRA conversion might be a good option when planning for your retirement because you can pay lower taxes now and avoid potentially higher taxes later. The FIRA Capital Management Team, formerly Heisey Advisory Group, have seen taxes rise and fall. They know what options you have to potentially reduce the amount of taxes you pay in retirement. Call the team at FIRA Capital Management and schedule your tax analysis today. 314-328-4400. Uncle Sam needs money. Don't let him take it all from you. 314-328-4400. Investing involves risk. Always consult with a qualified tax advisor before making any decisions regarding a Roth conversion, as there may be additional tax considerations. Investment advisory services made available through Pine Ridge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Securities made available through AE Financial Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC.
Okay, we've got an hour to clean both cars. Grab the buckets. Cool. I picked up some 303. Their aerospace protectant is awesome, so we're going to try some of their other stuff. Grab me that bottle of wash.
Whoa, that smells amazing.
Yeah, that citrus is nice. Okay, now hand me the hose.
Hey!
I don't see a bucket yet.
303 Car Care, driven by quality. Available at most auto retailers and Amazon.
Free! Who doesn't love free? With MyLowe's Rewards, you get the member-only treatment that's actually worth it. Enjoy free member gifts you'll love. And once you reach Silver Key status, you can get free standard shipping. Because Lowe's knows nothing feels better than free. Learn more about our new loyalty program at Lowe's.com/MyLowe's Rewards today. Program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for details. Member gifts may be subject to additional terms and restrictions. See Lowe's.com/shipping terms for details. Subject to change.
Whether you're looking to fill low spots in your lawn, backfill that new retaining wall, or mulch your trees and flower beds, St. Louis Composting has the compost, soil, or mulch you need to help your plants and garden look its very best. Visit our website, stlcompost.com, for more information.
In the know, on the go. Trust KMOX for local news that impacts St. Louis and the region. The voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Chris Ranji, Amy Mark Scores with you live from the gorgeous new Ronald McDonald House off Shoto in the Grove. Ron, something that very cool is happening in our city, Operation Brightside Unhoused Edition. So it's a new plan to help the unhoused, either those living on the streets or in one of the St. Louis City's 14 shelters, to help them get training and employment. And what they do is they will hire the homeless to do various jobs around the city. It could be picking up trash, cutting grass, or working on other public projects. And then it would provide them with also a daily stipend, case management, and wraparound services, as well as support services for adults who are over 18 years old. So they spoke to one woman, Tanisha Johnson. This was on KSDK, who spoke to Tanisha. She is a homeless resident in the city. She moved to St. Louis from Indiana. She's been living at Gateway 180, which is a homeless shelter, ever since. And she's excited for this opportunity to work, whether it's, doing a public project, picking up trash, and earning some money right there on the spot.
Yeah, and so this is part of the ARPA funding. About $450,000 is going to be used to fund this. It will start in October and run through September of next year. Great program, helping any way you can, but also helping people feel like they're doing something and being a part of something and contributing in some way. It would also be nice, though, to have something that goes longer than just the end of September of next year. You want programs that are long-lasting and not just one-offs here like this.
Well, sure, and you would hope, too, maybe someone involved with the program, maybe they won't be homeless a year from now. Hopefully things are able to be turned around for them.
Yep. So today, an announcement from President Biden on deportation protections and work permits for spouses of U.S. citizens. So certainly there are a lot of people here who are undocumented, who have since married United States citizens. And so here's the deal, though. The catch is this. You have to be, in order to get this protection, you have to have lived in the United States for at least 10 years, and you have to be married since yesterday. So
I do like the juxtaposition of you need to have been here for at least a decade and married since
it sounds funny, but the important thing is that you've been here for a decade. If you have been here for a decade, the great likelihood is that you have been contributing and working in some way.
Yeah.
I worked when I was in the restaurant years ago with a few undocumented guys, and they worked their asses off. Yeah. So that's happening around the country. And it's good, from my perspective, that some of these folks are going to get some protection as they have been contributing to society and paying taxes if they're working.
Yeah, it will be, as you mentioned, the policy allows roughly 490,000 spouses of U.S. citizens. It's an opportunity to apply for what they're calling this parole in place program. It shields them from deportations. It's kind of, I would think, like an offshoot of Barack Obama's Dreamers program. So
it's pretty similar.
Trying to at least to move forward with documentation. I think the biggest thing here for me, because I know discussions about immigration are always controversial. The biggest thing here for me is that they've been here for at least 10 years.
Yeah.
So these are not people that we've seen in the current year or two crossing the border illegally en masse. We've seen that needs to be dealt with. Most Americans, Republican and Democrat, I should say, want to at least get some more control at the border, more order. This, to me, because of the 10-year rule, it makes sense.
Yep.
It makes sense.
And the bipartisan Senate bill would have helped to go a long way for a lot of those problems. But
Okay, I have felt this. I have felt this in my bones. I know this to be true, but at the same time, I'm not collecting data, but I keep saying I am not the same since I got COVID a couple of years ago in the spring of 2022, late spring, early summer 2022. I'm not the same. I feel like I get sicker more easily, and I feel like people all around me are sick all the time. Now, initially, right, when we came out of the COVID lockdowns, we thought, okay, well, maybe people are sick because, they've been isolated from germs for a while and they're still trying to figure out the reason why. But Bloomberg News is showing the data reporting that, yes, people are actually sicker after COVID. There are various viruses and illnesses, 12 to 14, across the globe, United States, Europe, that are actually seeing spikes and contraction rates skyrocketing. So another virus that maybe we get, like the flu, at a certain rate every year, some of them are as bad as 10 times worse than normal.
Yeah.
Like at least a dozen. So, are our bodies worn down? Did COVID mess up everybody's immune responses? It's frustrating, but I'm tired of it.
Well, I think we all are tired of it. And there are going to be many years of studies post-COVID, and we're still dealing with it because there are new strains of it and people are getting sick. And I just recently was talking to a friend, and she had just gotten over COVID and was feeling pretty lousy. So a disease that's different than anything we have dealt with in the past, to see how it affects us 5 years from now, 10 years from now, I mean, it'll be really interesting, and hopefully we'll build something. And I think we've already built a little bit of it. And while people are getting sicker, you don't hear as much about COVID as you used to. You don't find as many people sick with it as there used to be.
I just feel like I'm sick with everything else. I mean, communicable diseases are surging.
Yeah, it's pretty alarming. So when we come back, in fact, let's do this real quick before we get to the break, because we are going to talk to somebody from Ronald McDonald House. Okay. Mike DeCola is going to visit with us. He's been involved with Ronald McDonald House since the 90s. But before we do that, let's give away a pair of tickets right now to see Def Leppard. Def Leppard is playing at Busch Stadium July 6th. And we have tickets to give away today, tomorrow, next day, and through the rest of the week. So if you want them, you need to be caller number 53.
I was going to say 72.
Well, that's too many because there are 72 rooms at the Ronald McDonald House. Let's cut the difference and call it 4.
Okay.
Caller number 4 to the contest line, 314-955-1120. You'll go see Def Leppard July 6th. At Busch Stadium. Mike DeCola from Mississippi Lime Company, also involved with the Ronald McDonald House and has been since 1999, will join us next on KMOX.
The new Genesis of St. Charles showroom has been open for a while now, and the place is buzzing. People are coming by just to check out the gorgeous showroom and, of course, to check out the inventory, which gets bigger and bigger each month. At Genesis of St. Charles, it is the luxury experience you would expect while buying a luxury car and then some. Just a quarter mile east of Mid-Rivers Mall Drive off 70, or you can find them online at genesisofstcharles.com. Offering a full line of luxurious Genesis vehicles, Genesis of St. Charles.
Summertime is the best time to enjoy the outdoors and enhance the appearance of your home. Banner Construction can make your home the showplace of the neighborhood with maintenance-free James Hardy siding and beautiful Pella replacement windows. Drive up to your home with a renewed pride. Visit bannerconstruction.com or call 314-569-1050. Get a free in-home design and estimate. Call 314-569-1050. And have a banner day. 314-569-1050.
This is Christina Straight with Straight Realty reminding you why pay more than 4. In 2003, we had a dream to start a real estate company that would revolutionize the real estate market. Now, 20 years later, after navigating through the many markets' ups and downs, we know exactly how to help you in this challenging time. I'm Christina Straight, owner of Straight Realty. Don't give away your hard-earned equity. Give us a call today. 314-441-4444. 314-441-all-4s. And remember, why pay more than 4?
Straight Realty is a licensed broker in the state of Missouri.
At 12:30, we have sunny skies, 86 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Megan Lynch. The White House says it will allow some spouses of U.S. citizens without legal status to apply for permanent residency and eventual citizenship. The Trump campaign says it plans to keep fighting a gag order in the former president's New York hush money case, even though the state's top court has declined to hear his appeal. And Apple discontinuing its buy now, pay later service known as Apple Pay Later, barely a year after its initial launch in the United States.
Mason Wynn's 2-run home run in the top of the 12th inning gave the Cardinals a 7-6 12-inning win in Miami on Monday night. The Cardinals back over 500 at 36-35. Tonight, it's an earlier game time, 5:10 first pitch. That means our pregame show gets underway at 4:15. Our Redbird Report is sponsored by Aloha Pools USA. Win big with a pool or spa at AlohaPoolsUSA.com. I'm Joe Pott, KMOX Sports.
We may see some spotty thunderstorms this afternoon, otherwise breezy, hot, and humid, a high of 91. Right now, sunny, 86 downtown at the Arch. I'm Megan Lynch, KMOX News.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up. JerryKelly.com says if you purchase a full home comfort system today, they'll install it the very next day.
That's fast.
And guaranteed. Buy a home comfort system from Jerry Kelly today, and they'll install it tomorrow, or they'll give you $500. Guaranteed.
JerryKelly.com. It's Tom Ackerman for Ophthalmology Associates, the doctor's doctors, 314-966-5000, or online at youridoc.com.
The KMOX Studios, powered by Under Law Injury Lawyers, GetJim.com.
That's GetJim.com.
If you have a problem with the IRS, believe me, it's not going away on its own. The IRS never gives up. They have endless resources, so they control the game. Well, your tax problems can end. I'm attorney Lance Drury with the Drury Law Firm, a local tax resolution firm with an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. I've handled thousands of IRS cases over the last 15 years. So when you hire me, you won't be speaking long distance or sending money to some TV pitchman that's riddled with consumer complaints. Your first visit is completely free and confidential, and I'll tell you on the spot exactly how much it will cost. So call me, Lance Drury, at 314-260-6120. That's 314-260-6120. Or go to Lance, D-R-U-R-Y law.com. If you have IRS issues, you need a local attorney. You need me, Lance Drury.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
It's Tom Ackerman for Ophthalmology Associates, the doctor's doctors, 314-966-5000, or online at youridoc.com.
New and reimagined, the 1904 World's Fair exhibit at the Missouri History Museum features a close-up look at the attractions and grounds and a more complete picture of this important moment in St. Louis history. Info at mohistory.org.
For everything St. Louis Cardinals, it's Cardinals Conversations. Use the Odyssey app or hear it on your favorite podcast platform. From game analysis, player and management interviews, it's exclusive Cardinals content from KMOX Sports, where the Redbird talk never stops.
You know, it's not like I'm surprised on 618 Day that somebody from Bethalto won tickets to see Def Leppard.
It's perfect.
Like
Fitting.
somebody from, there's always a 618er who's winning.
Well, they're obviously better at dialing in
Than
than
314 and 616.
Yeah.
So, Anthony from Bethalto, congratulations. You get to go see Def Leppard in, a little bit less than a month at Busch Stadium. And we will give away tickets tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday as well, right here on the Chris and Amy Show. We are joined in person now as we are broadcasting live from the Ronald McDonald House, the new one at 4321 Choteau. This place is really, really nice. And with us now is Mike DeCola, who is a retired CEO of Mississippi Lime Company. You have been, Mike, with Ronald McDonald House. You've been working with them since the 90s?
So, yeah, 1999, about the middle of the year after I got here in January, started to get involved with the house, and it's been a long journey. We actually call the Ronald McDonald House, for most of us volunteers, Hotel California.
Because you can never leave.
You can't.
You can never leave.
You can't once
right.
you start. But
Right.
it's such a great organization, and the service provided
Yeah.
here in a building like this, it you cannot measure how helpful it is for families who have children who are sick.
You know, the other part of it, I have had the opportunity to talk in front of a bunch of audiences about a bunch of things in schools and all sorts of civic forums. And is inevitable that someone in the audience will come up to me and say, oh, gee, I had a neighbor who stayed, or I had a cousin who stayed, or something else that there's a connection to the house everywhere, which is both has positives and negatives to it, right? I mean, there are that many people out there in need, but it's also great that they had a favorable experience, and it helped, them through a really hard time.
Yeah, we were talking about just how traumatic, stressful, emotional it is to have a child who is ill. And this new facility here, as we've said, is 72 bedrooms, 76,000 square feet. It's a $34 million facility. This one is replacing the two older locations in the city off of Park Avenue and off West Pine. And so this new location, the Grove House with the West County House in Creve Coeur, increases the number of rooms for families who might need to stay at the Ronald McDonald House from 59 rooms to 92 rooms across the two locations. And this one is equidistant between SSM Health Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital and St. Louis Children's Hospital. So regardless of which hospital you're at, this is a very convenient location. And again, with all the stress of having a sick child, being close, having a welcoming place to go is a game changer.
It absolutely is. And the Shriners Hospital is right across the highway
right
too.
there.
So there are actually 3 facilities just in this nexus of our fine city that are easy access.
Yeah.
So how does a facility like this come about?
Well, it's really interesting. At the end of the day, any service provider tries to deliver a product that people need. And the houses that we have been using in town are old, and they made sense at the time they were built. But the way we live today and the way families coming to St. Louis live today is different. Some of the houses had shared bathroom facilities, no workspace for people who have to keep doing their job while they're here getting treatment. And so part of it was, hey, we need to change the product we have because we're not meeting the needs of the people that are using it as well as we could. And the maintenance of those facilities obviously would be higher than a new facility. So Dan actually called me in 2018 to come to a meeting on a Sunday morning because this property, it had become known that this property was available. And he wanted input and thought and talked about different things. And that's when the idea germinated, and the board supported the direction. And we actually started a capital campaign right before COVID.
Yeah. How does a family qualify or become connected with a Ronald McDonald House if they need to stay here?
In general, it's done through the support mechanisms in each of the hospitals. So their child is going to Children's Hospital or Cardinal Glennon, and the social workers know the family has an issue, and they push them through. And then the social workers at the hospitals are well connected with our staff here, and they just work the process. And as you may have heard earlier today, historically, we turn people away, especially during the summertime when kids aren't in school. So anything elective is being done then. The wait list is enormous, and it's unacceptable. So that's part of the justification for the expansion of capacity, so that we don't have folks on a waiting list who could use our facility. So there's no needs basis. The only requirement is the family has to live more than 50 miles from the hospital, right?
And I'm sorry, Amy. At any given time, like how occupied? So this is new. The ribbon cutting was just today, but
Right.
if you've got 72, 94 rooms, however many available in St. Louis, at any given time, how occupied are we talking?
Well, we had when we had 59 rooms, they were occupied almost all the time.
Yeah.
The interesting issue is just how the demand is going to recover from COVID, because COVID changed so many things in terms of healthcare and life. That it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. But I mean, the pediatric facilities we have in this town are world class. Yeah. So people come here because they can't get their issue fixed where they live, and they literally come from around the world. So it's a great resource for our community. It obviously attracts better doctors. It brings families here from all over the place. And the ability to kind of come camp out at a facility like this is pretty nice.
It is incredible. What would be maybe an average stay for a family, if you even have a number like that, or what's how long could a family potentially stay here?
So if there are kids with, say, a transplant need, where they need to be in St. Louis in case an organ becomes available, they could be here for a year.
Wow.
Depending on that's an exception, right?
Sure.
And we actually have a separate ward down this hallway for immunosuppressed kids. So kids who are either going through severe chemotherapy or transplant where they can't be exposed to other people and other kids, they have their own wing. And those would be on the long end. On the short end, I mean, it could be, a rarity. It could be a couple of nights. But I would say 2 weeks is probably a nice average.
So sometimes it would be perhaps just the parents because the kid is, the sick child is staying at the hospital. And then sometimes it's a back and forth where the child is being treated at the hospital but is coming back here.
All of those, right?
All of those,
yes. So for most of the families that stay here, the ill child is at the hospital.
Sure.
And that's why proximity is so important.
So the facility is finished. It's beautiful. You'll need continued support. How does that happen?
We raise money several different ways. We raise 100% of our budget each year. We have a group of very loyal donors called the Cornerstone Society. That's $1,000 and up on annual support, unspecified. And that's a good chunk of our support. We have two enormous events, one of which just took place 2 weekends ago. We set a record for fundraising at that event. And then we have a Sporting Clays event in the, I think, September timeframe. That's another big event. And then the thing about this organization, and this is the second capital campaign I've run for them, we have a lot of loyal supporters who step up when there's a need. And it's, I think from my experience, it's true of St. Louis in general, that it's a very philanthropic and generous community, particularly on these kind of issues.
What about families and children who have been involved with Ronald McDonald House, staying here, going through an illness, and how I imagine there's a sense of community. Do you ever stay in touch with them? Do some families say we want to move past that part in our lives? How does that work as far as just over the years? I would think that there would be families who were able to stay here and pay it forward as well by staying involved with Ronald McDonald House.
It's interesting because of this 50-mile limit for location, the families that stayed here live someplace else. And a large number of them conduct fundraisers in their community for this house. Even if they lost their child, it's really heart-wrenching, but the impact this organization had on them as they were going through that, the companionship of other families going through the same thing at the same time, to not have the worry of how do I get through the day is really amazing. So yeah, we do stay in touch with them.
And I've said this a couple of times already today. When you're dealing with a family, it doesn't matter if it's a child or what, and you've got a family member in the hospital. If you don't live here, wondering where you're going to stay while they're in the hospital or while they're being treated, that is a massive worry, because most people can't afford it. So for somebody who has sick children and they don't know what they would do otherwise, to have a place like this is just, it's so wonderful.
Well, and a lot of times it happens suddenly, right? I mean,
Yeah.
there may be times when you're planful about it, but in a lot of cases, yesterday everything was fine, and today my world came to an end. And to have that worry taken away from you, there's a place to stay. We'll feed you. We'll get you to the hospital and pick you up when you need it. Getting those logistics off your plate does relieve a lot of stress.
Mike DeCola with the Ronald McDonald House board chair. Been with this organization since 1999. Very good work. Thank you for sitting down with us. This place looks great, and it's going to help all kinds of people in St. Louis and outside, obviously.
Yeah. Well, thank you for doing this from here today. We appreciate it.
That is Mike DeCola. Amy Marks Corps' Chris Ranji from the new Ronald McDonald House. The ribbon cutting ceremony was this morning, and it is open. 4321 Shodo. The place is terrific. It's Chris and Amy on KMOX.
Now that the cicadas are gone, you might find that you're spending more time outside in the backyard because it's not so loud, it's not so overwhelming, and then you're noticing other pests, maybe stinging insects like bees and wasps, and that can always cause people to jump up, and run at a party and scream because they don't want to get stung. But did you know bees and wasps can also cause damage to your home? Carpenter bees bore holes into decks, other wood structures as well, and bees and wasps both build nests in wall voids, creating holes that they use to enter and exit your home. I know my family had to deal with that in their little porch area. There are wasp nests, and it's a perfect way to mess up an otherwise nice and relaxing evening. Here's what you need to do. Call Rottler, 877-ROTTLER. They're a third-generation company. They have a reputation for personal service. They're the largest family-owned pest control company in Missouri. I'm so glad to be able to talk about Rottler, tell you guys about Rottler, because I had such a great experience with them that I called them and said, let me tell everyone. I've been telling my family, I've been telling my friends to call Rottler. It's a pest solution service you can trust. 877-ROTTLER or rottler.com.
You're in hot water, mister.
What'd I do?
I told you months ago our utility bills were getting higher because of that old outdated tank water heater.
Maybe it's time we finally switch to a Navien tankless.
Learn about Navient's high-efficiency tankless water heaters, endless hot water, all while helping you save on your energy costs.
Hey, look at this. Our utility bill is lower since we got the Navien tankless water heater.
Who's in hot water now?
We are, all the time.
Learn more at tanklessmadesimple.com.
The Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and show you ratings and reviews, but now we also let you compare upfront prices on hundreds of projects and book a service instantly. We can even handle the rest of your project from start to finish. So remember, Angie's List is now Angie, and we're here to get your job done right. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
What do Donna Vogt, Janet Williams, Susan Honor, and Jonathan Hurst have in common? They're just some of the best fans in baseball and winners of a pair of tickets to an upcoming game and $100 to Rawlings. Want to get in on the winning? To get entered, head to KMOX.com/contest and upload a photo of you decked out in your game day attire. The best fans in baseball, presented by KMOX and Rawlings, the mark of a pro.
Hi, Ken Newbold for Newbold Toyota. 2023 is our 50th year of being a Toyota dealer, so come see us. We're on Highway 64 in O'Fallon, Illinois, or check us online at newboldtoyota.com. You'll be sold on Newbold.
Just imagine being walked all over for 36 years. Who would do that? The great customers of Reinhold Flooring, that's who. For over 3.5 decades, Reinhold Flooring has been the mecca for carpet, hardwood, vinyl, laminate, and area rugs. Reinhold Flooring is customer-driven with a focus on top-quality products and installations from the best team in the business. So come on in and walk all over your next flooring at Reinhold Flooring. Visit them at 5429 Telegraph Road in St. Louis or online at reinholdflooring.com.
Ad paid for by AG Marketing Group. Attention timeshare owners. If you need to get rid of your timeshare for any reason, please listen to the following message. Getting out of a timeshare commitment is not easy, and it takes time. But we specialize in helping consumers legally get rid of their expensive timeshares forever. Can't get the vacation dates that work for you? Maybe you felt taken advantage of or forced into the timeshare? Maybe you just can't continue to shoulder those monthly payments any longer. If you need to eliminate your timeshare commitment, then you need to take down this number. 800-866-7061. We will safely and legally get rid of your timeshare payments forever, all with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Don't continue to let your timeshare be a financial burden to you and your loved ones. Call us now at 800-866-7061. The call is free. The consultation is free. Call 800-866-7061. That's 800-866-7061. Again, 800-866-7061.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Retiring soon? Get the information you need by joining Kyle Jones and Matt Allgeier of Fira Capital Management for Your Retirement Highway, Sunday mornings at 9:30. Investment advisory services made available through Pine Ridge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Securities made available through AE Financial Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC.
If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at LanceDruryLaw.com.
I'm Dave Glover, and I see clearly now thanks to the doctors, Dr. Greg Birdie, Ranjan Malhotra, Robert Brusati, Andy Royer, and Samuel Barry. You can too. Just go to youridoc.com.
Making radio waves more interesting. The Chris and Amy Show on KMOX.
Hip, hip. Our 618 Day Tournament is live on Twitter, so go follow us at Chris Amy KMOX, and you can go vote for all of the matchups. There are 32 matchups right now, 64 entries total. Couple of things here. There is one person who is upset that E.C. Seeger was not included in the 618 Day Tournament. E.C. Seeger created Popeye, the Sailor Man. He's from.
You didn't include him?
Not me. It's the committee.
The committee didn't include him?
The committee did not include him. He's from Chester, Illinois. Also, we need to clarify something. Doug Collins, the basketball legend, is not from Collinsville. He's from Benton, Illinois, but still from a 618. But it would have been better if it was Doug Collins from Collinsville. And it was named after him. But anyway, go to follow us on Twitter at Chris Amy KMOX, and you can start to vote for every matchup. You got any matchups there that you're not sure what to do with?
Yeah, I have a really hard time. Hold on, let me pull this up. I was just voting. It's very easy, as he said, on Chris Amy KMOX. I was just voting. Who is the Great River Road up against? Pierre Marquette? No,
Pierre Marquette is. Hold on, I got to look.
How did I just
what is it? The Alton Giant, Robert Wadlow.
Oh, no, I voted for the River Road here.
No.
Oh, this one, soybeans and corn. The number 3 seed soybeans versus the number 14 seed corn.
That's a tough one for you?
I'm going corn.
I think I'm going to go corn too because I don't eat soybeans. I don't really eat anything with soy in it.
What about no, I don't either. What about it can act as estrogen? Did you know that?
I've heard that. I don't know is that even true?
You might get boobies.
I don't even know if that's a true thing.
Number 7 Alton Telegraph versus the number 10 Belleville News Democrat.
Yeah. Are you having a tough time with that one?
Nope. Belleville News Democrat all the way.
No kidding.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I didn't know you were so confident in that.
Yeah.
I love this matchup, even though I know what's going to happen. It's a number 1 seed Eckert's Farm against the number 16 seed 730 area code, because there's a 730 area code now in 618.
Yeah.
Miracle Whip, which is one I didn't know about. I never heard that Miracle Whip was invented in Southern Illinois.
Yeah, it was.
But Mississippi River Festival is going up against Miracle Whip.
That's a tough one. Hold on. I'm going to get you the town. It was invented in Salem, Illinois. Miracle Whip.
Salem, Illinois. Also, this one's close to my heart. The 8-seed Granite City Steel against the 9-seed Curiosity Museum.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping that that GC Steel can forge ahead.
I went GC Steel. Also, okay. I don't know. This might be the toughest one for me. The number 6 Casino Queen versus the number 11 Alton Bell Casino.
Yeah. I think I know which one I'm going with.
You doing Alton Bell?
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, come on.
I'm gonna go to the first one.
Yeah.
Was the Alton Bell.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first casino in St. Louis. So I might have to go with it.
In St. Louis or in Southern Illinois?
I think in the whole area.
Okay.
The whole area.
Yeah.
This one I think is a very difficult matchup. I think the seeding might be wrong, but we'll see what happens. SIU Edwardsville, the 4 seed, against the 13 seed SIU Carbondale. Well, I'm a little surprised that Carbondale's 13.
Carbondale, they're the Salukis.
They are the Salukis.
What is Edwardsville?
They are the Cougars, I believe.
Are they really?
They are the Cougars. All right. Because it's hot this week, we're under the heat dome. Our call-in crab line is open for you, 314-944-1120. We need you to tell us why specifically you are affected by the heat and humidity more than everybody else.
More than anyone else is.
Hey, thanks to the Ronald McDonald House for having us out today. 4321 Shodo. This place is really, really nice, and it will help a lot of families around the region. So great to be here today. We'll be back with you tomorrow at 10 o'clock ahead of early baseball. Tomorrow, the Cardinals take on the Marlins, and we'll be back with you at 10 o'clock. Have a terrific Tuesday. See you tomorrow. Chris and Amy on KMOX.
Stages St. Louis invites you to join the ladies at Truvy Salon in Steel Magnolias. Anyone who's anyone comes to Truvy to get their hair done and leaves with free advice, whether asked for or not. Truvy pampers clients like Malin and her daughter Shelby, wisecracking and crotchety Weezer, and well-to-do Clary. These outspoken and hilarious ladies forge friendships as strong as steel through good times and bad at Stages St. Louis. Single tickets and subscription packages